Ocean Needs Everyone is celebrating 5 years of saving the oceans. My name's Enzo, and through Ocean Needs Everyone, I help save the ocean by doing beach cleanups, seal and mangrove plantings, making art about recycled plastic, and making films regarding the ocean's health. How can you help save the oceans at home? Well, even if you don't live near an ocean, trash can end up in there eventually, so cut down on your use of single-use plastics. If you see trash on the roads or beaches, make sure to pick it up. Use less gas-powered vehicles, fish responsibly, and help support local organizations. I started my organization when I was 12 years old because I wanted to make a difference. So remember, you're never too young to follow your dreams and make a change. Let's all save our oceans together, one piece of trash at a time.
Want to train like a pro? DGS Ninja has you covered with obstacles designed by top athletes. Kevin Carbone, Matt Bradley, Tom Alberti, and Brett Sims. Whether you're dialing in your technique at the gym or training at home, DGS Ninja equipment is built for performance, durability, and safety. Train with confidence. Train with DGS Ninja. Find obstacles, rigs, mats, and more on DGSninja.com.
Has this ever happened to you? Where's my chalk bag? Ooh, I have a solution for that. Slab chalks! You take the chalk ball, put it in the mesh pocket, zip it up, slap, and get your chalk. Slab chalks are made right here in Springdale, Arkansas at Interform, the small batch manufacturing company. We're helping our community and providing local jobs to minorities and women of diverse backgrounds. I'm Joseph Rao, Ninja Warrior, Rock Climber, and the CEO of Slap Chalks.
Here at Stage 4 Designs, we are all about innovation and athlete safety. We've been doing this since 2015, designing the most innovative obstacles in the sport, and now with our partnership with the World Ninja League, we are very excited to bring some of our best designs to the highest level athletes in the world. For our process, it all kind of starts right here in our digital design. There's a much more deliberate process now in what we do, with our goal being the utmost in athlete safety. So we put everything into our digital design first, make sure it's all gonna work, then we procure the parts. We learned the process and refined it to what we feel are some of the highest quality urethane products you're gonna find in the Ninja space, and that all happens here at our custom-built workbench. A lot goes into our urethane, and we are very proud of the work that we do there. Everything that we build here at Stage 4 is all custom made in-house. It's not like we have a stock of a bunch of stuff. So when you do place an order with us, that order comes through and we basically build everything from scratch. Paint department is scalable. We basically hand paint most things, but some things that require a little bit more spray or bigger, we're capable of that as well. These athletes put these obstacles through some of the most rigorous circumstances that you could think of, and we want to try to plan for every contingency. We never want an obstacle to break on anybody. We always want our stuff to feel solid and not move around a whole lot, so that the athletes can trust their skills to throw the biggest moves that they possibly can on anything that we put out there. Our CNC machine handles all of most of our flat goods. It's the workhorse around here. It actually does a lot of the heavy lifting in terms of cutting things out. We don't do any of our flat goods by hand. We make sure that everything is exactly the same and replicable, so that, you know, if you're doing courses or you have athletes that are going either head to head or the same obstacle that you're gonna find at one Ninja gym is gonna feel exactly the same if you go to another Ninja gym or your home for that matter, so that there's consistency with all of our products. Over the years, as we've added to our suite of products that we offer, we realized that pipe and metalworking is becoming more and more commonplace in Ninja obstacles, and to meet that demand, we've added the ability to do that here as well. So a lot of the obstacles that you'll see that we design and develop are meant to go on truss, and pipes are a big part of that. So we've added a pipe bending station here and look for, in the future, us to offer a lot more innovative obstacles that kind of exist in that space where pipes are a big part of it. So here, everything that we put out is tested by real ninjas before it goes out. We want to make sure that our obstacles can stand all sorts of unforeseen circumstances. We know that ninja athletes move in ways that are innovative and new, and we want to try to account for as many of those as we can and make sure that those obstacles hold up. So we test everything. Over the last 10 years, Stage 4 Designs has been committed to developing the most innovative obstacles that you're going to find, but also the safest and most reliable obstacles. Our motto here is elevating obstacles. We do feel that on this platform, we can take something that's both fun and creative, but also elevate it to an industry that deserves to stand on its own.
Welcome here to stage number 3 of the Elite Male Division here at the World Ninja League Season 11 World Championships. As you can see right on your screen, we're at the Greensboro Coliseum in the heart of North Carolina. Greensboro, North Carolina. I am joined here by my wonderful broadcast partner, Justino Ricchini. My name's Lucas Harrison, and we have quite the division for you. If you tuned in yesterday, you know all about the festivities that went on in stage number 2. Now we have stage number 3 up ahead.
Yeah, we're getting ready for stage 3 here today, and we got a great course out here. It's been very difficult the entire week for a lot of our contestants, especially those latter half of parts of the course. Obstacle number 5 has been really tough so far. That ledge and the grip to hold on has been one of the most difficult transitions so far today.
You know, we'll go to our look at our obstacle list. We'll have, it's a tad big, isn't it? We have the vertebrae, then we have the staple chain link. We have the mic drop, the swivel limit, iron summit, cliffhanger, wagon wheel to garage door, and I think there might be one more that's not on the screen.
That's it, because it's the last step of the garage door. But the swivel limit is definitely an obstacle that has given athletes trouble. I was here on stage 3 on Saturday, and that obstacle alone was responsible for at least 90% of the unsuccessful rate from our athletes. So it's really interesting to see, how the athletes are able to handle this course and attack it, because as we get ready for our demo, I mean, all the athletes are going to see on the demo like how to approach the course, but until you get out here, you're not really sure how to approach it.
And once again, if you did tune into stage number 2, you will know that there was no successful completions of stage number 2. So by default, the winner of stage number 1, Jackson Arados, is our now brand new world champion. But there's still no reason to watch stage number 3 because the strongest ninja is still at hand.
Yeah, I mean, you get to see who the strongest ninja is, and this stage, it's going to be interesting to see who's able to get through it, who's going to have an opportunity to clear it, because I mean, I talked about it earlier. This is such a difficult course, and it's meant for all these athletes to, go through the long grind, because there is no clock counting down, Lucas. You can be on here for as long as you want to try and complete this course. The only time limit you have is getting from each obstacle to the other. You have that kind of, it's not a shot clock, but it's like an equivalent of a shot clock in basketball where you have to get off from one obstacle to the other. So
yeah, you have that 15-second rest in between. And as you mentioned, like stage 1 and stage 2, they have a time limit that goes down. Here, no time limit. You have as much time as you can go, as stage 3 is all focused on endurance. And I think we're going to get ready for our demo run here. We get in the thumbs up.
Yeah, we're getting ready for our demo here as we go through the course.
Once again, I think we have 3 heats of elite males in this
yeah,
course.
3 heats. I believe you said 27.
Yeah, we have 27 in this first one. We'll quickly look at that.
Yeah, take a look there.
You can see our top 14 will be Liam Diggins leading it off. And then with Jonah Bonagard in the 2 slot. No, I'm not reading a baseball order.
Yeah, we got the first 14 on there.
Yeah.
Me and Lucas are both baseball broadcasters for the High Toms. So
Oh, no.
we get to reunite here for the 5th day of the World Ninja League Championships.
I'm so excited to be joined by my wonderful broadcast partner. I gotta find a new word.
Demo run's getting started here.
You can see you can start on the side and then have to work your way up.
Yeah, you got to work your way up the vertebrae.
If you can't tell, he has 2 sort of like climbing pegs that he has to slot in. And then Lachey's to these staples, having to grab onto the sides, and immediately into that rest area. Then the chain links. You can see that gimbal working. Phenomenal camera work from our camera team.
Yeah, great work right there. Following our athlete around the course.
And like, you see that instantly now into that mic drops. Something interesting to note that there's really no kind of platforms to rest on in this course. It's all Lachey bars. So they either have to climb on top of it to rest or hang on to it. Now working on these. See, this is a real tough one. He's going to swivel all the way around to link it back through. And then transitions, has to do it one more time. You can see the very fine margins he's holding on to, really testing the grip strength.
Yeah, we get to see that grip strength in real time right here, how difficult it is.
Yeah, it just shows how tremendous these athletes are at what they do. Now able to get onto that ring, which this course is not done yet, I'm not sure. Or sorry, I mean this obstacle is not done yet. Something interesting to note, he's only hanging on with one hand. He's using this time to try to chalk up his hands, rest. And then he'll, let's see, now he'll go towards it. I think that ring was his rest point, just and put it in that referee slot. He drops down because it just shows how hard he was on that Iron Summit. Now he'll work on these cliffhangers. Now, if you watched stage 3 before, you've seen these cliffhangers used before. They're very hard, and you can see the very fine margins that these elite male athletes will have to work with. Shows for just tremendous strength now already. A transition, falls down, and just to demonstrate what he would have to do. You can see that front one. He would have to transition blindly to the one behind it and then go all the way around and then now have to go into another blind transition, which is the thing behind him.
Yeah, this next obstacle is also really difficult. The wagon wheel that you have to kind of open up the garage door with.
You know, instantly in his wagon wheel. Now he's going to have to transition.
He's got to open this door right here in front of us.
Yes, if you're unable to see that. Basically, it's a pulley system. You have to work your way through, and it'll pull kind of your entry up. You can see all of our athletes behind us. Well, you can't see, but all of our athletes behind us are watching very attentively. I think he just made a motion to all the athletes that it's cooked. I think that's what he just said. That's what he did. That's what he did say. So it just shows how hard it is. And then, if you couldn't tell, the wheel starts spinning the other way because it puts sort of a timer on you. You have to do it in about, I think, we'll find this more out as we get to this portion. I think it was around 10 to 15 seconds you have to do it, or the door will close on you.
Yeah, that's really difficult. You just, once you get on, you got to just go. There's no stopping. You just got to fly your way through.
Yeah, it just shows how tough this stage number 3 course is. It is Monday, so we'll look at our Monday schedule. We have Stage 3 Elite Males and Mature Kids Male, our 2 largest divisions coming up today. Stage 2 and 3 for Teen Females and Mature Kids Female. Stage 2 Adult Male, Preteen Male, and Young Adult Male. And then we'll have our head-to-head finals and the rest of our divisions.
Yeah, we'll see a lot of these athletes competing here today on Monday. And we have a lot of great athletes here starting off on this Stage 3 tall.
We'll also have head-to-head finals in this division right here. Elite Males coming up shortly, or later today. I won't say shortly.
Later today after they're done with Stage 3.
So well, it's a grueling day. We'll look ahead towards Tuesday, our final day. We'll have head-to-head finals in the majority of our divisions: young adult male, teen female, preteen male, mature kids male and female, masters female, and adult male. And then Stage 3 in adult male, young adult male, and preteen male. And then 2 and 3 in Masters Male. And we'll round out the festivities here on Season 11's Ninja League World Championships. We'll pop this World Champion graphic because it is very pertinent. That bottom line, the athlete to make it to the furthest stage in the fastest time. As I mentioned earlier before, we already have a World Champion crown, Jackson Arados, who won Stage 1. And no one was able to successfully complete Stage 2, which by default crowns him the world champion.
Congrats to Jackson, able to get that world champion status.
But there's still something to play for. It's that strongest ninja.
Yep.
You can see it's the lowest sum of athlete placements across events, 1, 2, and 3, and then the speed, tech, and endurance discipline circuits. So whoever is the best across all of those will be crowned the strongest ninja. As we get things wrapped up here, we'll have maybe a couple of minutes of intermission time. We might have another demo.
Yeah, we might have another demo.
We'll see what's the demo is here. Might be some of the obstacles that he was unable to get to in one go. I think you can see he's working on this obstacle that was failed pretty quickly on. You can see kind of just demonstrating he has to move. You know, he has 2 pegs to work with, and he has to move them from each slot to the next to transition. You can see this is the Iron Summit. Now was able to showcase off what to do on that. So now I think all of our athletes here in heat number 1 and the rest of the athletes know what to expect.
Yeah, know what to expect and know what to conquer here in these obstacles.
Now I think we are going to get ready to get set and go. Where Liam Diggins is our first runner. I mentioned it in my previous broadcast that I've been able to do, that I think going first is probably the hardest position because you don't have much to work on. It's pretty much only the demo run, and the demo run's only there to show you how to do it, not how to do it the fastest. So all your ideas have to be pretty much your own.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you don't really have a clear idea. You kind of just want to see the course being run through in the demo. Maybe see some of the strategies. So our first athlete's ready to go here.
As I mentioned, Liam Diggins at the Ninja Logic Gym from New Oxford, Pennsylvania. Where's New Oxford? Justina. Where's New Oxford?
New Oxford?
Yeah, Pennsylvania.
I do not know.
Wow. Fraudulent.
I'm pretty sure that's on the eastern. I mean, it's not on the west side of PA.
There you go.
So
Now working up that vertebrae. Transitions into the staples. Now this is kind of the only real feet rest point. Let's just go straight into it. Skips 1 to 3. Now we'll have to kind of whittle himself forward. Does very nicely. Now transitions into these mic drops.
yeah, these mic drops are very difficult here. But he's able to make through it now. Again, the swivel limit has been so difficult for our athletes. We'll see how Liam's able to handle this right now.
You can already see some of the rest strategies our athletes are going to have to use. This course not really allowing them to fully rest standing. You see having to switch from one hand to the other to chalk up for this swivel limit.
Great job on the first one.
Diggins, 19. He's already showing tremendous athleticism.
It's this next transition that is the toughest for sure.
And once again, there's not really a break, and he will fall.
Great run from Liam Riggins to get us started.
You know, tremendous run from Diggins. Got far pretty quickly. There's still a speed component to this course.
Yeah. You want to, still go at a good pace and make your way through. But again, these obstacles are a lot of them are very unforgiving, Lucas. So you kind of have to take your time, especially on that fifth one, when you really just have to be very laser focused because of the grip strength it requires.
Now Jonah Bonagard from Worcester, Massachusetts.
I think it's Worcester.
Is it?
Yeah.
Really?
Because I've heard it pronounced like that before. It's Worcester, Massachusetts.
Okay. From Worcester, Massachusetts.
I'm like 99% sure.
That's good enough for me. Now working slowly up this vertebrae. Once again, he has kind of two handlebar pegs that he has to work up. Not really having, he can't use his hands. Going through the staples, and none of our athletes really elected to take time to rest their hands. I can see his coach using an interesting, I think he's got one of those reset grabbing mechanisms for the chalk bag.
Yeah, he's got one to kind of lift it up to him whenever he needs.
Innovative, I like it. Already. Let's see, he's going to climb up all the way so he can sit down and rest. Electing not to just hang by one hand like Liam did in the first run.
Yeah, as he goes through this fifth obstacle. Very difficult. He's using all of his allotted time, though, to get off. Smart idea.
Yeah, because that 15-second time limit to rest. Now hanging on that ring before fully transitioning to the swivel limit. Now he is on it.
Moving his way through nicely.
And once again, just to really highlight how tough this obstacle is, you can see the very fine margins he has to work with. His fingers nearly all the way bent, kind of balled up in a sense. This is where Liam failed, and it's just so hard. The hands wear out after a while. You can see Jonah really shaking them out, but still great run.
Yeah,
Tremendous job to get this far.
It's that same spot as we saw in for the last athlete. It's so tough to get a grip on those handles, and it's just razor thin. Kind of just have to piece your way through. And it's those athletes that have a lip, finger, and grip strength that are going to end up being successful here today.
Now Ryan Guild from Sterling, Virginia. It's Northern Virginia. I don't accept that.
Okay.
Trust me, we had a whole thing yesterday. It's like how you don't like Pennsylvania. It's like how you don't like Philadelphia.
Okay, all
That's
right.
how it is. Like the rest of the state hates Northern Virginia.
Makes sense.
But no intent towards Ryan. I'm sure he's a wonderful person as he's working through this course very nicely. He was able just to link that 1-2 on the staples. Immediately goes through. We've seen many of our athletes just skipping the second link altogether to save time and save grip strength. Any moment where you can just save that little extra half second can help that much more. You can see on these mic drops, he has to kind of slide it out so it will start swinging.
Yeah, he's got to slide it all the way out. Get control.
Now another interesting strategy. We're seeing Ryan pretty much cross his legs around the pole to rest.
Yeah, I mean, that is really interesting.
Three different runners and 3 different strategies on how to rest. It'll be really interesting to see which one will become kind of the meta as Ryan just unable to successfully get that first swivel to work in his favor. Still did a great job.
So I think our camera 3 operator right there, the camera was like spinning. He's like trying to fix it right now. It was like spinning while he was going up. So it was like really like interesting. Great run as we move on.
Now Alex Asacone from Danbury, Connecticut.
And this vertebrae takes a lot of time as well. You know, we've seen it. It's an obstacle that a lot of our athletes have done a great job with, but it's still an obstacle that you have to be patient with and take your time.
Once again, these vertebrae, which our athletes thus far have made look easy, but of course, none of these obstacles are easy. Just shows how good our athletes are. I certainly couldn't do that obstacle.
Yeah, a lot of these obstacles are super difficult here as we move our way across.
Let's see, interesting. We'll slowly work through these. You can see kind of was nearly horizontal, had his foot locked onto that Lachey bar. Slow and methodical as it works out.
Through the mic drop nicely.
Once again, you have to pull that out before he can start swinging.
Now we'll see him get chalk from his coach.
Electing to use that sit strategy.
Yeah, we haven't seen anybody use that yet. Some of our athletes that I saw before a couple of days ago just went right into it. They didn't even wait.
We've seen that being used. Anything to save time, but I think, once again, this endurance course is all about seeing how far you can get before the burnout really catches up. Now, can we get farther than we've seen thus far? Is Alex the one to do it? I think he is, as he's safely in.
Great job. Now he's got to build up
Now,
our next obstacle.
looks like the touch point is that first part of the Iron Summit. So that's something we will have to note, because that time didn't start until, or his break time, I don't think it started. I think he's breaking right now. So I think he gets as much time as he wants to break as long as he hangs on this ring. See, switching from one hand to the next to shake out get blood flow back into it.
Yeah, he's going to take as much time as he needs.
He did touch it, so he gets its touch point. Looks like now he's got to work through. He's got to dislodge those pegs and then move them up from one to the next. Forces our athletes to hang by one arm for a majority of this obstacle. Nearly halfway there. Now only one more away from getting through the Iron Summit, getting farther by nearly 2 obstacles. 3 minutes have elapsed.
Still moving, and great job right there.
Now his time to rest is running down.
He's gotten a lot of chalk, too, in between his breaks.
It allows him to get a little bit more grip. He's going to shake out the hands, now working on these cliffhangers. You can see on these cliffhangers, it's going to force our athletes to fully dismount and latch back on. A real test of strength as Alex unable to hold on, but still, tremendous run, gets farther than anyone thus far. Got all the way through the Iron Summit. Only 2 more obstacles were ahead of him.
Yeah, he did a great job right there. Our best run in stage 3.
Now, Evan Lavallee from Lancaster, Massachusetts. The New England region represented very well here. Seen a lot of Massachusetts, Connecticut.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of Massachusettsians.
Is that their official term?
I think so.
Okay.
I feel like I've heard that before, but
Maybe.
I'm not going to like 100% say I have. Because I kind of like made that up on the fly.
It was good. It sounded real.
Okay, that works.
I like it. As Evan will get through these first 2 obstacles with ease. And don't be shocked if we see our athletes treat this first half of the course like a speed course. Once again, Jackson Eridos is now the world champion of season 11, but Strongest Ninja's still in contention. And the faster you go through these early halves of the course, as Evan is 11 seconds ahead of Alex at this juncture.
Yeah, he's moving with great pace right now. Flew through the mic drop in the chain link, wasting no time thinking about what he was going to do next.
Next to take the time to rest before going into this swivel limit. Now, due to that 11-second gap, he is now in second place ahead of the other 3 that failed at this juncture, just due to that raw speed he had going through the mic drop and the obstacles that followed, the obstacles that preceded it. Really tough position here for Evan. He's got to fight. You can see barely hanging on. He's in a real world of hurt. You can see it's too high.
He's got to move his hands up.
And you can see he was trying to maybe get a little bit of rest because I don't know if you can see on our camera, but that part of the obstacle has a lot more surface area to grip onto. But as you can see, kind of the drawback, it makes it so you can't rotate at all because it's just slamming into that black bar.
Yeah, slamming into that black bar, and he really just got into an uncomfortable situation right there where he did not have a lot of options.
Now, Cohen Smith from Bremen, Alabama. Competed on season 17 of American Ninja Warrior.
Yeah, we'll have a couple of American Ninja Warrior athletes here today. Colt as well coming up, also an American Ninja Warrior finalist.
I think we'll have more than a couple. We have tons of American
Actually, yeah,
Ninja.
maybe more, yeah. As they come up.
Calls himself the Fishing Ninja because he loves to fish while not doing ninja.
Moving along nicely through the course right here.
Take one more backswing before fully sitting on that Lachey bar rest. Ooh. Maybe slid off. Or is he going to try to go for a large backswing?
Ooh.
I think he did slide off. So now he's in a real tough position. You can see he's working, but the rest timer is still ticking away. Now is able to work himself up.
He got off just in time.
Yeah, it's a huge time loss, though. See, he kind of just worked himself down. Maybe he was trying to try something. Don't know. Not in his head, so not here to speculate.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
After those mic drops. And now with how much time he took, it seems that if he wants to have a good position, he's got to get through these swivel limits that have ended so many runs thus far.
Yeah, they've ended lots of runs here
You can see
early on.
yeah, trying to get blood flow back in his hands. Electing not to muscle himself up to sit. We'll grab onto the ring and start. Trying to find a point where he can fully mount, just slips off. Unable to get started, real tough.
Great run right though.
Yeah, great run. Especially through those first two stages. He got here for a reason, so. It's a feat in itself to be able to compete on stage 3 at all.
Yeah, stage 3 is such a difficult course to compete on. These athletes are doing a great job here this morning.
Now Ori Malik from Tel Aviv, Israel. We have our first Israeli athlete here in stage 3. And we've seen them throughout every age division and every course. They like to set a new fastest time and set the pace.
Oh yeah, there's been a lot of fast times set by these Israeli athletes. I saw it yesterday on stage 1. Every single one that came and followed just tried to one-up the other. And they've done a great job here so far this weekend into Monday.
Let's see if Ori is the same. We've seen many do so, as you mentioned. And there are still a few more Israeli athletes in this division still yet to go, so we'll see if that happens. I think Ori would like to be the first one to do so.
Yeah, the one to set the pace for the rest of his fellow Israeli athletes. And again, these athletes are really impressive coming overseas, and they train so much during the off season, do a lot of great work, and are able to really have a stronghold on the course.
He'll take time to rest.
Yeah, everybody's using their allotted rest time very well.
Now, working on this swivel limit has ended nearly every run, or sorry, has ended every run but one.
It's such a difficult obstacle. That's why, I mean, you got to have elite of the elite grip strength. And right here, he's able to get through.
Yeah, but Ori doing a great job.
His coach competing yesterday in the adult male section of stage 1. He's shaking out those hands right now. Using the same strategy we saw earlier from our athlete that got through to this stage, because you have a lot of time and you don't have that clock running, Lucas, in your head.
Mm-hmm.
So you can hang on and just, wait for as long as you need.
Sorry if you heard that. That was my alarm to wake up this morning. Because I got called in to pinch hit, we'll say.
Yeah.
As Ori doing a great job on this Iron Summit. You can see just tremendous body control. No wasted movements as he's nearly there and will be able to successfully get there.
Great work right there. He's moving through at a great pace right now.
He's 41.9 seconds ahead of Alex Asicone at this structure. So a whole lot of time that he's been able to build throughout this course.
Doing a great job here.
Yeah, immediately on these cliffhangers, able to hold on. Now a real hard transition here. Forcing to use all of that wingspan, but can.
That grip strength is elite.
Now, let's go with this blind transition. One more. Beautiful work. It looks like he's going to chalk up before he gets to the rest point. Hasn't fully gotten to that.
It's because he's trying to, know the rest time that's limited.
Yeah, and he also hasn't got to that touch point, so there's a kind of a drawback. It won't say in the record books in the time that it took him a whole lot longer than it actually did to complete the cliffhangers because he wants to use his time to rest. You can see really struggling.
Shaking out those arms.
Now, luckily on this wheel, there's a lot more surface area to work with, so you can use the palm of your hands a whole lot more than you've been able to on the rest of this course.
Yeah, that's the benefit right there.
So he's going to work himself up, and he says, I don't think he has it. Doesn't have the strength, so he's got to get as much chalk as he can to allow the chalk to do all the work, but looks like he's just going to lachey towards it, and gets it.
But again, that wheel, like you said, Lucas, you got to spin it.
Oh, but tremendous work from Malik. You can tell he was really struggling through all parts of that course. He did a great job to get as far as he did.
Tremendous job right there moving as far as he did. Great grip strength on that course as he was able to coast his way through almost to the finish.
Now it is Griffin Wadzinski from Plymouth, Massachusetts. Now, this is one thing I have learned throughout this, we'll say, event, and it's only geography based. Massachusetts has a ton of cities named after English cities.
Yes.
Which is like,
I don't know if did you not know that?
I actually did not know that.
Because it's a lot of obviously the 13 colonies, a lot of those.
I mean, yeah, I could see why, but I just didn't know that.
Yeah. Same with Virginia, actually, too. Virginia with a lot, Jamestown.
I feel like there's a Jamestown here.
I don't think there is. In
No, there
North
is.
Carolina.
There's a Jamestown in North Carolina.
Oh, wow.
Pick up Jamestown. Now immediately onto these chain links. Let's see Griffin really trying to push the pace. Time is a factor, especially on these first four obstacles. Wadzinski not at the same pace as Malik was at this juncture, but still very quick. Touches, will slot into 7th place.
Moving through nicely right now. Now going to take that break time, get some chalk before he moves on to the swivel limit.
Grabs the entire bag. I'm hoping this bag gets safely down. I do not want a chalk spill.
It does.
Okay,
All right.
good. Okay, that's good. That's good.
Now this grip strength is what really is going to test our athletes. Because not only do you have to have the grip strength, but you got to have the wherewithal to move those blocks all the way across.
Ooh. Great attempt.
Great run right there.
So for that technical difficulty, just making sure our replay system works.
Yeah, the replay, it does work, right?
It does work.
Okay,
I just had to do a...
Yeah, they do the clear thing. And
Yeah.
I liked using those graphics. I think they're really nice on the stream deck.
It'd be nice if we had one in another place.
Yeah, it would. I mean,
We're not going to mention that place any more than it has. No free advertising here.
No.
We're professionals.
You only got it once.
Yeah. Now Zachary Janis from Roswell, Georgia, out of the southeast region of these United States. It's always these United States.
This United States?
No, it's these United States.
Okay, all right. I guess that makes sense.
That's what the presidents say. My fellow... Okay, I'm not going to start doing this early. There's Janis already working through these chain links. You can see just every obstacle really tough for these athletes.
These first few with the chain link and the mic drop, our athletes have really been able to show off their strengths, able to get that swing which has really worked nicely.
Ooh, I think he was trying to get that foot on it the first time of asking, just wasn't able to. Has to use a little bit more strength. And it's moments like those that can really pile up on a run and cause an athlete not to get as far as they think they could.
Yeah, I mean, that is true, Lucas. I mean, great run right there.
We'll look at Janice's run. Once again, this is a replay. There is, for some reason, no replay graphic on the screen, just thus the replays.
Okay, well,
It's a start. There's something. See, and then there's that moment. Slips off, but still a great run for Zach.
yeah. I don't know why the replay's
Neither do I.
doing that. That's weird.
It's making it a tad harder, but we'll work for it. Now, Colt Elder from Alta Vista, Virginia. This is more my speed. We like Alta Vista.
And Colt Elder was doing play-by-play with me for 2 of the last 4 days.
Was he?
One of our athletes here who competed in American Ninja Warrior. Great commentator as well. He did a great job.
You know, it's just that
Doing color commentary.
that Central Virginia area just produces phenomenal commentators.
Moving through nicely right now.
It's just the area. Much better than the commentators coming out of Pittsburgh.
Okay. All right.
Colt from Alta Vista, Virginia. As I mentioned, Central Virginia, about 45 minutes to an hour outside of Lynchburg.
He's moving through nicely right here.
Yeah, tremendous pace. Already in 5th position. He can move himself all the way up to 3rd if he can complete this swivel limit.
Yeah, he's chalking up right here. You can see that puff of dust that's in the air from the chalk. As he gets his way started with that grip on the swivel limit. Such a difficult task, able to lock in the first.
Now Elder trying to make this final transition to the final swivel limit. It's one of the toughest. We've seen one of our athletes get caught up grabbing that. You can see, you're not going to actually be able to see it on our screen as he falls, but there's, on the backside, there is more of a rock climb kind of hold instead of that really thin.
Yeah, great run from Cole right there. I mean, the grip strength is so difficult on that part. And you have to really, like I said, you have to lock into the max on that grip strength just because of how tough it is to grab a hold. And Colt Elder with a tremendous run once again to get to the swivel limit.
Now, Trailer Zaborski from Glenwood, New York. I think that's how you say it. It's a TH, but I don't think you say Thaler.
Yeah.
Zaborski, which I'll thank my years of watching hockey for being able to pronounce these names.
Yeah, hey, every sport's also soccer probably helps you out a lot too. Because, able to move his way through 1 and 2.
Zaborski doing a great job thus far immediately on these chain links, as I will use this time to mention that I think from competitions now on, we need to require pronunciation guides in all of our bios.
Yeah.
I think that'd be great. Good idea for the future.
I mean, some of the names, obviously, you know.
Okay, if it's like Allen, it's fine, but if you know, you know.
Yeah, some names, I mean, hey, listen,
if a teacher,
my name's very difficult as well, so I get it. You know what I mean? I understand the mispronunciation of names.
Yeah, Zaborski using this time to rest. I feel like if a teacher's ever mispronounced your name, that's your sign. That's your sign that you need to do it. I say that, but a teacher's mispronounced my name before, so.
Yeah, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, they called me Logan. And then my friend called me Logan for 3 years after it.
Wow. He's moving through. Oh, not able to get through right there.
Yeah, great run. Zaborski made great time. He was flying through that early part of the course. Just another one claimed to that swivel limit.
Yeah, the swivel limit is so difficult. Again, we've seen it.
Yeah, uses so much strength. It forces the athlete to having to move that entire obstacle while just barely holding on using the tips of their fingers. It's now Tristan Anderson from Maple Grove, Minnesota.
Yeah, getting ready to move right here. Try and get past that swivel limit and continue.
Once again, thank you so much for spending your early mornings with us here on the Season 11 World Ninja League Championships. Stage 3 Elite Males, seeing the best of the best compete on the hardest course that we have to offer.
Yeah, such a difficult course. The course designers did a great job designing this course to make it difficult for our athletes.
I was told that the course designing philosophy on these courses is to, especially on Stage 3, is to make it so only one person or nobody at all completes the course.
That is basically the strategy for Oakmont Country Club when it comes to the U.S. Open, because last year the winner finished at 1 under par. And normally if you watch golf, the winner finishes at least 9 to 10 under par for the championship. So, and there's been times at Oakmont where somebody's finished over par and won. That's how difficult that is. And their reasoning was, we want it to be the hardest course possible.
You know, Tristan working on these swivel limits. It just barely slips off.
Not able to get through, and this course, such a beast right here.
Yeah.
So difficult for our athletes who are making great work of it so far.
You can tell these world-class athletes all struggling on the same point. Still Ori Malik, our only person to get through the cliffhanger. We'll have Jacoby Herman from Pembroke, Massachusetts.
Yeah, and after he got through the cliffhanger on the wheel, he was kind of stuck because of the grip and how hard it is to grab.
Yeah, he didn't really have much left in the tank and dropped down, but still tremendous run and was able to slot himself into a commanding first place.
See if anybody else is able to join him on that wheel. I feel like we'll see multiple that'll join him there.
Now here's Herman's take on the Stage 3 course. Immediately through these vertebrae onto these staples. Wow, immediately just links to that second chain link. And now he's going from one to the other. He's doing great job thus far. Tremendous pace. He's 6.5 seconds ahead of Malik at this juncture.
He's got a great pace right now going.
Yeah, he's already ahead. Now he's slotted into third place. As I mentioned, time is very important, especially leading up on those first 4 obstacles, because if you're able to put a great time in, you can easily move up to those top places.
Yeah, you can easily move up right there. Move your way through. Oh, great run right there. Again, that grip strength, so difficult and so taxing on the hands. And, you know, like, if you've always heard, you know, your hand muscles and your bones in there just so fragile, and you know, so it's easy to grab on, you know, to those small ledges, but it's hard to stay on just because of how limited it is.
Yeah, trust me, I know how fragile hand muscles and bones are.
Because you've broken.
I've broken many a fingers and dislocated many a thumb.
Wow, many.
Yeah, I've dislocated my right thumb like 5 times.
That is crazy.
Yeah. I pop it back.
Is that one of those icebreaker questions that you answer whenever you do like the
yeah.
Like whenever somebody is like give me an icebreaker fact about you, or it's like
no, like literally I dislocated my thumb holding a Jamba Juice. Yeah. That's how loose it is. I like went to grab a Jamba Juice, flexed it, and it popped out.
I'll hit the speed meme right there.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's
I mean, I popped it back in. It's fine. It hurts, but
that's still rough, but
now Ramses Valdez from the Bronx, New York.
Getting started on the vertebrae right now, up the wall.
Immediately. Transitions into these staples. As I mentioned earlier on, these first 2 obstacles have become pretty rudimentary, as well as this third one.
Yeah, they've all become pretty rudimentary, like you said, and, you know, all the obstacles have been good for our competitors so far. Just trying to get to that swivel limit. As our athlete chalks up here.
He likes to sit down. Nearly there. Now we'll fully transition, but
Ooh, I guess he didn't get off in time.
it gets filled by our referee.
Yeah, I guess he didn't get off in time.
Yep. I think he did something that he wasn't allowed to do.
I think it was that clock. He didn't get off.
It was that, but I think our referee made like some sort of motion. Maybe he grabbed the wrong part. I'm not entirely sure.
Ref Malia here today. I mean, that's like,
Ask real quick.
yeah. I think he grabbed. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that he grabbed maybe the wrong handle or something.
Okay.
I thought it might have been the
There we go.
clock.
Sorry.
I'm not sure.
I should have gotten a replay of it, but that's my mistake. Now, Evan Bomingen from Cromwell, Connecticut, has competed, was a season 15 national finalist in American Ninja Warrior, and qualified for the World Ninja League season 8 and season 9 and 10 Worlds. He was in the elite division for the last 2 seasons, including, well, actually the last 3 seasons if you include this one.
And moving through right now nicely, able to hook on his legs. There you go. Seen a lot of our athletes chalk up at every juncture, Lucas, trying to make sure that they have the grip strength to make it through this challenging course.
Yeah, if you get the opportunity to give yourself any sort of advantage that's allowed, you should take it. Oh, already he was going to slot back forward on these mic drops. It also takes a lot of strength.
Yeah, a lot of strength right here. Moving all the way through.
Interesting there from Evan. Grabs onto the sides of that rest bar, not grabbing the bottom of it. That's the more traditional route.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting to see how these athletes grab onto the sort of L bar as they move their way through their breaks.
And we'll start this first swivel limit transition. Able to get it. Evan, on the pace of our other athletes going through those first 4 courses, a bit slower.
Oh, but tried to make that long reach right there, unable to do so. Great run. And stage 3 is proving to be, like you said, trying to make sure that as little competitors as possible, Lucas, from the course designers try and make their way through. They try to design this course really difficult.
It's now Connor McDaniel from Battlefield, Missouri.
It's a great town name.
Mm-hmm. Get the countdown from our referee. And we are off. Once again, if you are just joining us and you are wondering what are they holding on to those vertebrae, they have 2 sort of best way I can describe it is like you're at the gym and it's like those handles you use when you do like flies and stuff. That's kind of what they're using.
Pretty much, yeah.
Looks like that athlete band will fly off.
Kind of handlebars that they use.
Mm-hmm. They have to put those in between those slots to work themselves up. Can't use their hands.
And he's skipping chain links.
Yeah, this has been the kind of the new norm. Anything to save that little bit of time. Now, I won't mention this. In the Masters male division, whenever their band flew off, they usually get a full clear. Maybe a bit of a good luck omen.
Yeah, we'll see how that works here. I mean, I never saw any bands fall off yesterday whenever I was on stage 1, but first time we've seen it today.
McDaniel gets ready to fully drop in.
Taking all the time he's allotted.
Now on these swivel limits. really taxing.
Yeah, really taxing right here as
Transitions nicely to the second one. Now the final one, it
Oh.
just really struggled.
great run right there.
You can see these swivel limits being that kind of crux point where most of our athletes are ending their runs. We now have JJ Black. He's a 13-time UNAA, WNL, and FINA championship qualifier.
Wow.
He won the New England All-Star Championship in 2025 from Palmyra, Pennsylvania. Or is it Palmyra?
It's Palmyra, actually. I have a
Palmyra.
friend I know that's from there. It's right outside of Hershey.
Shout out the Hershey Bears, that's all I'm going to say.
Hershey, PA, sweetest place on earth.
I heard it smells like chocolate.
You'd be correct.
Wow. As we have Black out of the Dexterity Depot. We've seen athletes out of the Dexterity Depot kind of innovate the course, finding a bunch of new ways to find that little extra half second that the athletes after them copy. Let's see if
Great swing.
Black has any innovation he wants to show off on this stage 3, this final course.
Great swing, great time right now as he's able to readjust, get some chalk from his coach's corner. Again, that chalk and that break right there is so important and valuable for these athletes. Trying to stretch out the hands.
Now we'll drop in. Black, a completion on this would slot him into 3rd place by default.
Yeah, see if he's able to get through.
Doing
All
gr-
these athletes trying to get through the swivel limit.
He's doing great work thus far. Now this kind of final transition before he gets that ring.
Oh,
Ooh,
locks it in.
Oh.
Not able to get through.
just that little extra movement caused that small issue. That will end Black's run, but still great job. So we'll have Dagan Desimone from Winchester, Virginia. He's been competing in Worlds since Season 3. And says that this sport has taught him what it means to be a part of a community and sportsmanship.
What part of Virginia is Winchester?
Northern Virginia. I'm like 90% sure.
Moving his way through nicely right here as we have our final
Yeah, we're down to our final 8 competitors, including Dagan.
in wave 1.
Now quickly moving up. Yeah, it is. Yeah, these first 2 obstacles, those vertebrae and staples, haven't seen a trip up there yet, including these chain links.
Our athletes are making great work of him right now.
These obstacles are still very tough, but the reason why the failure points are not here, it's because they still have all of their kind of grip, stamina, and strength still available to them.
Yeah, it's kind of just going through the chain link, Lucas, for your grip. I mean, you have to hold on to those staple bars, but the swinging back and forth, you're not on there for long. It's more about the time spent with the grip that really makes it a factor. It's just wearing and tearing on the body that has caused the issues here today.
Dagan just flying through these swivel limits. I mean, one way to conserve yourself is to go as quick as possible. And Dagan's doing as much right now. One final transition on this 3rd and final swivel limit. Can he find it? Struggles with that dislatch.
He's got to get it off.
Now can, but you can see he's really struggling.
Oh,
It will fall. Kind of struggled with the control to safely move it across.
great run right there to get all the way to the swivel limit once again. And the course designers that built this obstacle, Lucas, definitely, you know, it's been a factor so far today with how, tough it's been for all of our competitors. It's so taxing on the grip that it just makes it so hard to move your way through the course.
Now, Nicholas Silva from Swansea, Massachusetts, another one of those English names.
Yeah, Swansea. Yeah, I didn't even realize that at first. I'm like, wow, that is
I think it's Welsh, actually. It's the same difference.
European.
That's the same difference. And I can see Silva slowly working his way up the vertebrae. Now, this obstacle is very hard because you can tell it forces our athletes kind of to hold all of their body weight, as gravity is going to be the one that pulls them down. Which is one of those early points where you don't think that your grip strength really gets taxed, as he's able to get a foot down, now fully transitions onto that safety bar.
Yeah, and I think maybe that beginning part of it could be taxing moving forward because you have a lot of obstacles where you have to have elite grip strength moving through.
Stand up and get ready. Tell Silva using all of the time he can for these rest points.
Yeah, he's making sure he uses all of his time here as he moves his way through the course.
Yeah, we'll take that kind of different strategy approach. We've seen some of our athletes get through it as fast as possible to put, a quick time and just kind of rely on everyone else to fail at that obstacle as well. You can see Silva trying to conserve himself, get through this obstacle and get through based on completion. It's two different strategies.
Yeah, trying to get through based on completion right now and move his way across.
There's a lot of kind of strategy and metagaming that happens kind of, I would say, outside of this course. I mean, it's obviously based on your performance inside. There's some strategy based on leaderboard, where you want to be, how to get there. Silva taking that nice and sleigh route, and it's working thus far on this final swivel limit, which was proven to be the toughest.
Yeah, this final swivel limit, trying to go down and across.
Yeah, great job there from
He's
Silva.
able to lock it in. Great job from Silva.
Now he's going to get to that touch point, this ring.
And he's able to.
Looks like the ring is the touch point. Interesting enough.
Great work right there. Yep, the ring is enough.
I thought the first Iron Summit was, but get that. I think it kind of is. I think you have as much time to rest here because your grip strength is still being used. You're not fully kind of sitting down. And now we'll work on this Iron Summit. We've yet to see. So a nine.
Oh.
I'm so sorry.
Great work.
Yeah, but still a tremendous job for third place. Third person to complete the swivel limit. Can be proud of that.
Yeah, great job from Silva right there, able to get through this course.
And I will say sorry for my very strong commentator's curse, which we've seen. I've seen even here works.
It happens, yeah.
Now Jeff Bumgarn, I remember this one. Jeff Bumgartin from Chesterfield, Missouri, and in the heartland of the United States. We'll be down to our final 6 runners of heat number 1, but don't go anywhere. Still have 2 more heats of action, and it only gets better from here.
Yeah, 2 more waves to go as we will see our last 2 waves of competitors here in the stage 3 stage.
And I can still see athletes like Jackson Arados coming up in maybe just a couple of hours, but there's no reason for you not to stick around and watch it here. Each of these athletes are in the elite male division for a reason.
Yeah, they're moving through very nicely right here. A lot of these athletes, great training regimens that have gotten them to this point. And that commitment to excellence that we see through basically all athletic fields.
Jeff will chalk up real quickly. Kind of the last true resting point our athletes have until after the Iron Summit. That ring does act as a, I'll say, pseudo resting point. In the rule book, it is a resting point, but you're still having to hang on by one hand.
Yeah, you still got to hang on and move through. It's a pseudo resting point, but if you rest on it for too long, it just wears out the grip.
Yeah.
Moving through nicely now. He's got to get that bar underneath.
Great transition, slow and steady.
Locks it in.
Ah,
Oh, not able to get through. You could
Man.
tell that grip was loosening and loosening,
Yeah.
but a great run
yeah,
nevertheless right there.
I was looking at his facial reactions. You can see he didn't want to, but he kind of just knew it was about to happen.
Yeah.
Wow. Our next runner is Jackson Cafazzo from Hopkinton, Massachusetts.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of, again,
Yep.
Massachusettsians.
Yeah.
That one didn't sound as good as the first one.
No,
did it?
no. Jackson only age 17. You'll see we'll see many competitors actually who their ages would allow them to be in the young adults division, but want that extra challenge and kind of, you could say, the extra glory of being in the elite division.
Yeah, the extra glory of being in that elite division.
I know. Great transition. Showing no signs of struggle on these chain links.
Yeah, moving his way through nicely right now. As he gets all the way back across.
Now we'll get ready to work on the swivel limit.
Yeah, he's going to take his time on the swivel limit, all the allotted time that he needs to get off before the timer runs out, and he's able to get through.
We'll now begin. And to fully transition, and does. Very smooth. One last and final. And gets it.
Able to get it right now.
Still not done with this obstacle, though. Has to transition to that ring. Nearly there.
Oh, almost able to get across. Had to make that final transition. Great run right there. One prong away from moving to the sixth obstacle. And now we will see our next athlete here running on this course. Thomas. Thomas is next up from Canada as he is ready to go here on this course on the vertebrae right now. Moving through the first phase. As we are through here onto our final 4 contestants from wave number 1 here on stage 3.
Yeah, Thomas, who started as a receptionist in his gym and then became a coach of their competitive team and just falls off on that chain link.
I think he tried to get too aggressive and go to the second one, but it was still a good effort from him to make that conscious decision, trying to make it through at a good time early through these first couple obstacles.
Yeah, great run. Got it here for a reason through stage 1 and 2. And you can take that run as kind of serving as a reminder that you can't take these first few obstacles for granted, even though if our athletes are making them look that easy.
Yeah, now we have our final 3 athletes here in wave 1, I should say. And after this wave, we'll have a short break before we go into wave 2.
Here's Jeremiah Boyd's run. I mentioned Burnsville, Minnesota. Working his way methodically up that vertebrae obstacle. Great transition.
Yeah, great transition right here. Getting a lot of air time.
So kind of overswung on that second final staple. Now transitioning nice and well. Gets through that chain link. We'll now work on these mic drops. Remember, if you are just joining us, you have to pull these out ahead of time before they start swinging. They'll lock into place, or they're locked into place. You have to unlock them.
Great jump right there to get onto the resting point.
Yeah, did that all in one kind of moment. No extra movements wasted. Use this time to chalk up. We'll use all of that rest time allotted.
And now he's moving through this course.
Now, grabs on ahead of time. We'll try to make that full transition. Nearly there and is able to get it. Now, still, job's not done. He's got to work his way all the way through. We've already seen a couple runs end right at the last moment of this swivel limit.
He's going to make that jump across. Try to go right for the gambit in that ring right there, but a great effort.
But something to note, he did grab onto the ring, which is a touch point, so he does qualify. He does complete that obstacle.
Okay, so he gets through the first 5 then right there. All right. Great run right there. Able to move through very nicely.
That's very smart. Was able to get that touch point. Now Cameron Godbout. He's been a World Ninja League finalist since 2020. And he holds the Rhode Island state record for a freshman in the highest pole vault jump and is an all-state track athlete.
Yeah, I mean, pole vault as one of the obstacles in stage 1, so a lot of these athletes very familiar with the pole vault. I saw yesterday there's a ton of athletes, not in this section, but in other ones that were also pole vaulters. So that track background really comes into play here for these athletes.
And it also could be, you can go the other way with the amount of years they've spent competing in Ninja. It can translate very well to certain disciplines of more traditional sports, more high school oriented sports.
Yeah, I mean, it really does transition into that aspect.
You know, high schools don't have, high school ninja teams yet. You never know.
It could, yeah. I mean, it could at some point. I think the toughest part would be just having somebody to build the rigs.
Yeah.
That might be, you know what I mean? Because of how, like this is like...
We built that, desks or something.
This is like a masterpiece that they built here. I mean, it is really a true work of art.
Yeah. Huge shout out to our rig team. This event literally would not be possible without them.
Yeah, I mean, it is quite literally the backbone of the foundation here.
It would have to be at some school gym or something. Now,
all the way to stage 5 now, trying to get through that second swivel. He's got to move that bar down. He does.
Yeah, now still one more final transition. You can see that final board.
He's able to get through.
Gets that touch point. Will take third place.
Able to move his way across now as he waits for his next move. And again, we've seen the 2 athletes that have gotten through to this point before in prior runs, Lucas, just shake out their arms right here, take all the time that they need.
We'll chalk up real quick. It's ready before he attacks this Iron Summit.
And this really tests your muscle strain right here as well. Moving really well right here.
Just trying to completely get through using these pegs.
Great work so far. Oh, not able to get that second to last peg. What a tremendous run time-wise, too.
Yeah, one he can definitely be proud of as he slots him into a podium position here in heat number 3. But third place, which kind of acts as the bubble on the podium, and Shanley would like to maybe work himself in that podium position as well.
Aiden Shanley, our last runner here in Wave 1.
Yeah. Only 2 competitors thus far.
So after this, I believe we'll take a break before we go into wave number 2. As wave 2 is supposed to begin on the schedule at 9:25.
Okay. Shanley from Marshfield, Massachusetts. Already will work his way up this vertebrae. Now One funnel gets through. Well, that final vertebrae now on these staples. Straddles onto that safety bar. Now we'll work from one to the other on these chain links.
Moving through the chain link right now nicely. Coasting his way across.
Great transition now on these mic drops, having to sling them out. It does. Fully transition to that sitting position. Time will now wind down on his rest. He'll chalk up really quickly before attacking the swivel limit, which has been the limit for many of our competitors thus far.
It's been super difficult for a lot of our competitors here, Lucas, thus far, and
Really earns that last part of its name, limit, because it pushes our athletes to their limit, or stage 3, all about endurance and burnout. Designing obstacles to kind of force these athletes into really tough positions, forcing them to dig deep.
and right here you got to get that grip and move that bar. It's so difficult of a task.
It's got to dig deep. Great
Oh,
job.
Not able to get all the way through.
Just unable. You will join the many to fall victim to that swivel limit. And as you mentioned, that will round out heat number 1. Still having 2 more heats of action, so don't go anywhere. Do we have a projected starting time for everyone?
About 9:25, so we'll be back here in 12 minutes.
Well, you'll be back here around 12 minutes. Use this time. Go to the bathroom. Maybe get yourself a cup of coffee. Still a lot more World Ninja League action to go. And we'll see you in around 10 minutes. Welcome back here to it's now Heat 2 of our Elite Male Division here on Stage 3 of the Season 11 World Ninja League World Championships right here in Greensboro, North Carolina. Thank you so much for spending your early morning with us. And here on the broadcast booth, my name is Lucas Harrison, joined here by Justino Ricchini, my wonderful broadcast partner. And as I said, we have heat number 2 of 3 heats in this stage number 3. As we'll pop our Just Ran leaderboard, you can see the top 3 is Ori Malik, Alex Ascone, and then Cameron Godbout. And the one thing that they all have in common is that none of them have full clear at the course. We've yet to see a full clear yet.
Yeah, yet to see a full clear. And how many did you say we have in Wave 2?
I think it's 27 again, 25 in this wave.
25 in this wave. So we have 27 in Wave 1, 25 in Wave number 2. And we will get to see who is able to complete this course here. It's been such a difficult task to make it through a lot of these obstacles here today for our athletes.
As you can see, our run order here, we'll have Jacob Arnstein leading it off. I know our run order says in Shanley, but he did just run in the back half of heat number 1. Just haven't got everything fully updated. As we just get some things ironed out, get our run order ready, and get everything reset. So again, we are getting ready to start off. And it looks like...
Yeah, it looks like our first athlete going out here.
Yep.
It's going to be after it's updated, right?
It should be Jacob Arnstein. And we will... Yep. Age 19 from Holbrook, Massachusetts.
Again, Massachusetts producing a lot of ninjas in this competition.
A 2-time Vegas finalist on American Ninja Warrior season 14 and 16.
Wow. Very impressive right there. A lot of these athletes with great resumes coming into this course. And, great resumes in American Ninja Warrior. This course, very, very difficult. Really just makes it. As I move the mic closer to my mouth. Lucas with the hand signals there.
Yeah. As we'll get ready here. And Arnstein will attack this vertebrae. And you are just joining us. Thank you. As I said, spending your early morning with us. And you can see on these vertebrae, he has to have these two kind of, you can give it to a kind of common item. They're like those gym kind of handlebars you use when you work out. He has to slot those into those kind of positions to work that, really testing the grip strength. Now those staples having to grab onto the side. Every obstacle on this course is designed to kind of drain a certain part of your grip strength. So overall, everything is getting tested.
Yeah, I think that's the beauty of the course, is just kind of how much it tests all of your abilities and the grip strength, one of the more difficult tasks on each of this course.
Take a hard kind of launch into that rest bar. Get some chalk very shortly, 5 seconds. Doesn't have a lot of time.
Yeah, and again, these athletes using all their allotted time that they can, knowing exactly when they have to get off, because they're basically staring at the clock, Lucas, while they're sitting on that perch.
Now we'll get ready, trying to transition on this swivel limit, which has ended so many runs. Now in between, has one more transition and then one last swivel limit to get through. Grab onto that edge.
And he's able to lock it in. Yep, able to lock it in there.
Now still having to work through the rest of this. It's very hard. That ring right there is that touch point, and just try to go for it and couldn't get it.
Great effort right there. Tried to jump for that ring, and we've talked about how getting that ring is the touch point for the 6 obstacles. So that's something that some of these competitors might be able to do, because that grip strength so taxing on all of the bodies of our athletes.
Now Cohen Dahlstrom from Marion, Iowa. Out of Ninja U. Get ready to start his early course of action now on this vertebrae. It's been pretty rudimentary. Dahlstrom struggling to
He's
dislodge. Yep. Took a while to, but now he's found a rhythm.
Finding his rhythm right now as he moves through the course. Great work right there.
Yeah, very quick transition.
Able to make his way now across the chain link.
Now these mic drops. Got slot back. Immediately swings forward, nearly slips off, but that foot able to keep him grounded.
Getting chalk from his corner before he moves on again.
About 10 seconds remaining on his, directed as that rest clock. Now drops in. Very challenging and ever imposing swivel limit.
Yeah, really pushing the grip strength to the limit. Me and Aiden talked about this the other day that that grip limit might be a good name for it as well, just because of how tough it is. And not able to get through there again.
Yeah, it just ends the run. We'll see a quick little replay. Just, you can tell it just barely slips off. Man, cut it a little too early, but just barely slips off.
Yeah, it just slips off right there. Great run right there from him now.
Now Graham Ogden from Medham, New Jersey. A lot of Northeast and New England representation here in the heart of North Carolina, Greensboro. In the historic Greensboro Coliseum. And Ogden's off. I mentioned this earlier. You can see a lot of our competitors in this elite division, just based off their age, could compete in our young adult division, but they want that extra challenge and kind of the, you could say, status and glory of competing in the elite division, knowing that they're one of the best in the sport.
Yeah, it certainly is a great factor here in this part of the course. Trying to manage your way through.
I mean, the best way I can kind of put it into more terms that I would understand, it's like Lamine Yamal. He's 16, 17, but he's still playing at the top tier against 30-year-olds. So what's the point of not, he could play U18, U21, but why not get to that tougher challenge?
Exactly. I think that's a good analogy right there, as he's crushing it in the World Cup.
That going on. I'd like to hopefully tune into the 1 p.m. game, Argentina-Austria. Be a good one, but let's focus on Ogden's run thus far. He's making quick work of our first 4 obstacles. You can tell even after completing those first 4, he's only in 26th position. But you look at our top 4, it just says completion of the swivel limit. That's just showing how tough this obstacle has been for all of our competitors thus far.
Yeah, such a tough obstacle, as he's going to take a go at it right here, trying to make his way through the challenging rigors of it.
While we get through this, I'll get to Ogden making quick work of the swivel limit. I'd like to thank our camera crew and our stream team for getting these tremendous camera angles for you to watch.
Yeah, great shots right here on the course.
You can see Ogden making quick work. Now this has been a really tough transition for our runners. And there, just you can tell, slips off. Gave it his best go. But really in that back half, you can see many of our athletes that strength wavers and they kind of forced to drop off.
Yeah, strength does waver in that spot. Now we'll see our next athlete here ready to go.
Now, David Wright from Pinellas Park, Florida.
I guess it is Pinellas Park, Florida. Yeah.
Or is it Pinellas? Or it looks like. I don't know.
Pinellas Park, Florida. Yeah.
Sounds right to me.
I've heard of it before. I'm not exactly sure where it is in Florida.
I've never been to Florida, so why would I know?
You've never been to Florida?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I've only been to like 4 states.
Wow.
Virginia, the Carolinas, and Nevada. That's it.
That's crazy.
Yep.
We got to go on a state tour after this. Then.
I'm all for it. It gives me a little extra break as Wright working. Now on these staples. Smooth transitions from Wright. Ooh, so much momentum. That rest bar hits him directly on the waist, does recover well, and immediately on these chain links, showing no signs of slowing down.
Yeah, showing no sign of slowing down right here.
You can see that earlier in stage 2 on that TikTok obstacle, that some of our athletes can kind of overcook the momentum and completely go over where they need it to land. Kind of an example of building a little too much momentum and kind of overcooking. Right? Able to bounce back. Now working through this swivel limit with ease thus far, but still this hardest kind of transition, and it's held that grip strength is starting to waver a tad bit. Look at the struggle on his face.
He's moving through, though. He's able to get that locked.
Ah.
Oh, not able to get all the way through.
Yeah, it's really hard. You can't see it on our camera angle, but there's kind of a rock climbing hold, a lot more surface area that allows our athletes to smoothly transition. And then when they kind of transition off that, that's usually when they start to fail and fall, because it's like kind of I would say a large transition from a lot more surface area to barely anything to work with.
Yeah, I mean, it's really difficult. And our athletes have done a great job here today at managing their way through the course, Lucas, nicely.
Now Nassisa Garamore from Ocala, Florida. Or Ocala, I think it's Ocala. Oh, I added a T in there.
Yeah, I think it's Ocala.
I just added a T. Sounded right. Training out of the Jungle Gym. We've seen a lot of athletes come out of that Ninja Gym. Their athletes being very successful thus far. So that vertebrae will now go on these staples. So just great transition. Another one of those moments, Garamore able to stabilize himself, where they built so much swing to get out of those staples that their torso slams into that lache bar. I don't know. I'm not these athletes, so I don't know how that feels, but I can only imagine it's not the most pleasant feeling.
Moving his way through really nicely right now.
He's doing a great job just cruising.
So he gets that chalk.
Takes his time to rest. We still await our first full clear. We've only seen one athlete thus far, Ori Malik. Was able to get to that water wheel. We haven't talked about it nearly at all because we haven't seen it in quite some time. Can Garamore be the one to get us there? He's got to get through this very tough swivel limit. Work on this transition now. Able to smoothly work his way. Can tell that grip strength is wavering. Transitions to that final swivel bar and gets there.
Nice job.
He's already into third place after completing the swivel limit. We'll chalk up a little bit. As I said, this is kind of like a pseudo rest point. Now he's actually going to go immediately into the Iron Summit.
Yeah, immediately into the Iron Summit. Great work.
And to see kind of the going from peg to peg.
Yeah, moving his way across, peg to peg.
It's very challenging. Requires our athletes to hang on one arm for a majority. Final transition. He has the bar behind him. He's going to rotate and gets there.
Great work right here. Terrific job.
Garamore in second place. He's going to chalk up, has plenty of time to get to the cliffhanger.
He's got a lot of time to work with right here.
Really going forward. Just tremendous strength is still. Whoa!
Oh, not going to be able to get through the rest of the cliffhanger. Great job right there.
Yeah, just fingertips away, but it's a run he can be proud of. It's a run that puts him in our podium positions.
Yeah, it puts him in that podium position. Great work.
See some of the work he did early on.
Really effective on his run.
Yeah, tremendous. So we'll now have a Jackson Marshman from Tempe, Arizona, which was potentially the future home of the Coyotes, now the Utah Mammoth. This is his second year competing. He coaches at the Concord Ninja Gyms. In his free times, likes to make new obstacles, climb and ski. But, you know, it's kind of limited when you live in Arizona to ski.
Yeah. They don't get a lot of opportunities.
Oh, Marshman working up this vertebrae. Looking for that final transition and finds it to the staples. Builds momentum. Great swing. Feet slip off, but is able to recover. Now working on these chain links. We'll now have to transition into these mic drops, having to slide it out, then start swinging. A little extra strength needed.
Yep, a little bit extra required.
Now,
Yes, he's able to get his break.
yeah, on this break, we'll chalk up before attacking the swivel limit. We see our first back-to-back completions of the swivel limit thus far.
Yeah, we'll see if we're able to. I mean, he's doing a great job so far. I mean, that swivel limit's so difficult for a reason, and a lot of our athletes, again, have struggled with it. We'll see if we can get back-to-back completions, though, like you said, Lucas.
Marshman nearly there. Now able to dislodge, will fully rotate across, and now able to complete it.
Oh, not able to get through that grip.
Unfortunate. Still a very taxing obstacle.
Great work right there from him.
We'll have Luke Dillon from Warwick, Rhode Island.
Yep, Luke Dillon running next. And this is a lot of these athletes have been studying this course, Lucas, and you know, as these waves go deeper and deeper, these athletes have seen where these others have struggled. But again, you really, until you get to the swivel limit, one of those obstacles, you can't understand probably how to get through it because of how taxing it is. You know what I mean? You could like analyze like how to move through with the grip, but at the end of the day, it's a small ridge, and you have to move through quickly.
Now Dillon working up our vertebrae. We'll vault towards our staples. One more swing and able to grab into safety. Immediately we've seen that kind of most of our athletes trying to skip as many chain links as they can.
And we've seen Luke Dillon, speaking of him, coach a lot of our female athletes here this weekend. Coaches at a gym in Florida. And he does a great job coaching. And he's got those strong bicep muscles, Lucas, that are really able to help him. And we'll see if that grip can help him here.
You can tell all those muscles on display with that cut-off tank top.
Yeah, and he's trying to move his way through here. Again, taking a break, using all the allotted time, just like many of our other athletes.
As Dillon will now work his way, first transition, and Dillon's working through on these swivel limits. Nearly making great pace. This final transition, really tough.
Great job here from Luke.
Yeah, but Dylan's making it look very easy.
As he's moving his way through. Great work. And showing off right now how strong his grip strength is, Lucas.
And now in 4th position.
Putting that coaching aspect into play here. He's seen this course all weekend long, so he knows kind of what to expect as he's coached it, now running it.
Yeah, as I mentioned, you said coaching. I'd like to take this time to thank all of our athletes who take the time out of their training schedules to help these younger athletes get better at the sport.
Yeah, I think it's great to see, honestly, all weekend long, all the coaches that have also ran. I mean, we've basically seen every coach that's run, so I think it's really impressive.
Saw a lot of coaches in our Masters Male, Elite Male divisions who coach these younger ninjas.
But now Luke trying to make his way through the last couple of stages here and able to hook his leg on to move to the cliffhanger. Trying to become our 2nd athlete to get to the wagon wheel.
Yeah, Dylan has really showed no signs of struggle on his face. He's been very focused.
Yeah, he's doing great right here.
Now these cliffhangers, which has been this sort of status quo on all of our Stage 3 courses. The toughest variation on our Elite Male courses, but he's making it look easy thus far. Now we'll have to go into this final smaller block. Just slips off.
Not able to get all the way through. A tremendous run from Luke Dillon as he falls off the cliffhanger. Gets a round of applause from the fans here as he did tremendous.
Yeah, good enough for 3rd position.
3rd position, yep. And that's a good spot to be for him on that leaderboard, just because of the way this course has gone. It's been really difficult, Lucas, for athletes to get through the swivel limit. So making it all the way to the cliffhanger is a great step right there.
Now our next runner is Nathaniel Hanvu, who is the American Ninja Warrior Season 2 champion. Now we went to that team, that's the junior division. I think Season 2 of American Ninja Warrior was many, many years ago.
That was, I think that was a while ago. I don't know how long American Ninja Warrior
it's been a while,
going.
But
if it's anything like a lot of those other shows, it's been going on for quite some time.
He was the runner-up in the teen division in 2023 and won it in 2024. So has the pedigree of being able to perform on these endurance courses.
Moving really nicely right now. Showcasing that talent as he moves his way through the course.
Yeah, age 16. Now in between, he's making quick work. Nearly will make this transition and finally gets it. Leads one leg in front, which makes that kind of sitting transition much easier. Now chalk up. Drops in. I'll make that full transition, gets it down nicely. Speed is very imperative on this swivel limit. Each second you hang for longer using that very small kind of cutout that forces you to pretty much hang on your tips of your fingers. Hanvu not showing any signs of struggle.
He's moving through nicely right now. Able to get some chalk as he's talking with our ref Malia about the fact that he can stay right there, Lucas.
Mm-hmm. If you're wondering at home why he can, it's because he's still technically working. He's not fully resting. He's having to work on this ring. And see, having to transition from one arm to the next to kind of shake those hands out, get blood flow back. Will now attack this iron summit. That's how our athletes are really ramping up the pace on these hard obstacles.
Yeah, he's doing a good job right here. Like you said, ramping up the pace, and he's able to get across now to the cliffhanger.
Yeah, now Nathaniel in 4th position. Shakes out the hands, still getting ready. now drop into these cliffhangers. We've only
Great
seen,
job on the first one.
only seen one athlete thus far complete. Will Nathaniel join to be the second? Great work thus far. If he completes it, he'll take first position.
And he's
One
able to get
more.
through.
He's down. It's first place.
Great work from Nathaniel right there.
As I mentioned, a former World Ninja League champion. To win, you have to pretty much full clear stage 3. A little rough on the transition. Now this wheel. Now we finally get here. I can explain how this works. He has to fully rotate it enough to open up that door. And that door, once it's wide enough, you can start working for the back half, but it will slowly shut. I think around takes 10 to 15 seconds to fully close, where there's no margin for you to get through. You can tell just little by little, he's shaking out those hands every time he goes. It's forcing him to hang by one arm. It's showing tremendous endurance. The door opening up little by little. You can tell the crowd on their feet. Everyone recording to witness a potential first full clear.
Yeah, we've got great opportunity here for Nathaniel. Big chance.
Door is open. It's all about, he's going to chalk up real quickly now. It's all about speed. He has barely any time. Closing eyes, focusing back up. Do we see that first full clear? Now that door is really open. He's getting as much slack as he can. The more he opens it, the more time he has. He's looking back, trying to get his timings.
He's got great time here.
Is this the moment he goes? He's positioning himself to do it. He's holding on to make sure he has as much time. He's got to go immediately. He will. Wheel starts spinning. Slowly, he's got to go. Immediately skips. Just falls. Oh, tremendous run, though. Phenomenal.
Tremendous run right there from Nathaniel. One of our best runs so far of the day. So close, and that door closing is just the toughest part right there. Such a great run.
Now Ethan Gardolski will be the one who's forced to follow that up.
That is a tough performance to try and follow right there.
From Riverview, as we'll try to get your replay, but it doesn't want to cooperate with us right now. And just tremendous effort there. Now Gardolski. Great work.
Working his way through nicely right now. He's going for that speed factor at the beginning, Lucas. Not trying to waste any time here. Oh, he's going right into it.
Yeah, he wants time. We've mentioned it before that speed is very important for placing.
Not able to get through right there. Tried to get through quickly, and I think that might have been a good strategy, Lucas, even though he wasn't able to get through, because he was definitely the fastest athlete to get to that obstacle.
Yeah, one of the fastest we've had. And we'll immediately go into our next runner. It's Max Suskin from Buffalo Grove, Illinois. He has made it to stage 3 times. The World Ninja League, and he's found top 15 at Worlds 4 times.
Trying to make his way through right here.
Well, transition to the staples. Vault Sword has coach on his back, as I mentioned earlier on. Most of these athletes are coaching some of our younger ninjas.
Yes, you love to see that as they move their way through. Going all the way through now to the mic drop.
A lot of speed being shown here. We'll sit down, chalk up.
Sits and waits to move on to our next stage.
And drops in. Grabs on and we'll begin this very long process on the swivel limit.
At this process, very difficult right here. Able to make it through the first level. And not able to get that transition on the second one.
Our next runner is Caden Fisher from Bella Vista, Arkansas. Down to our final 15 runners. We've gone through 10, but still a lot more in heat number 2 and still a whole lot more to run in heat number 3. Heat number 3 features our fastest athletes thus far, so the best of the best coming up. And we'll slowly work up this vertebrae. Nicely through the staples. Immediately on this chain link.
Moving his way through the chain link nicely.
Already transitioning to the second mic drop. Immediately into that safety bar. Have plenty of time to rest.
And moving his way through nicely right now. As he's resting, using all that time he needs to rest and get himself ready to go.
Drops in.
He's off.
Immediately we'll get that transition. Now we'll get that second, we'll say swivel limit. Just the one more that doesn't have much swivel to it, just kind of set. This has kind of been that toughest transition.
Oh. That second wave so tough right there. We've seen so many of our athletes struggle with that swivel limit. It's so difficult of a task with the grip limit. And the grip right there just slips. Great run.
Call Shore. Our second Israeli athlete. Ari Malik, our current number 2, as the one of 2 to get through the cliffhanger.
Yeah, he was really good at the beginning right there. We've seen 2 now get to that wheel. We'll see if we can get a third here.
Great job thus far.
Make his way across nicely right now.
Gall showing no signs of slowing down. We'll slow down a little bit just to chalk up before getting to this very tough obstacle. We saw his fellow Israeli complete it. Will he join him in being able to get to this back half of the course?
Yeah, we'll see if he's able to join him right here. Moving his way through nicely right now.
Now we'll transition fully. Tremendous pace throughout.
Yep, tremendous pace. Moving through nicely here.
Now on this ring, which does act as a bit of a rest, but once again, they can be here as long as they want because they are still working. The only next true rest point they have is that bar after they get through the Iron Summit.
That's the next rest point that they have here. He's trying to shake out his arms before he goes through.
All the fastest to complete the swivel limit thus far, 11.6 seconds ahead of our current leader. And slots himself into 6th place. Now making very quick work. Yeah, just tremendous effort. Now we'll just transition. One of the bars dropped, but no issue shown there. Now 4th place. After completion of the Iron Summit, took some time to rest and to get through. And now 5 tenths behind Nathaniel Hamvu. Already on these cliffhangers. Transitions to the 2nd. I'll grab and get to that 3rd. One more. This is kind of that blind. He's got to only feel it and is there. Immediately vaults forward and completes. We'll use this time to rest because he only has around 20 seconds before he has to start the wheel. Again, that water wheel garage door combination. You have to move the wheel around using that kind of pulley system to pull the door up. And
yeah, that's going to be the key right here, but he's, again, taking his time before he gets to that rest spot.
You saw this strategy used by Ori earlier. That's why it took him technically so long to complete the cliffhangers, because he was spending all this time resting. It's been enough, and now he'll vault into it, and we'll take 2nd place. To take 1st, he has to be our first full clear.
They're going to try and move through the wheel right here. And this wheel's been so challenging.
It's really tough. He's immediately going towards it, not taking any time. Nathaniel took time to rest on the wheel. All not taking
right
any.
Here. He's taking some here.
Now that door very open. I think as open as it gets. Think about it. Nimsa coaching with some chalk right before. I think the door is as open as it gets. Yeah, the door not opening anymore.
Now he's got to go after this. Got to make his move quickly. That's a difficult final task here.
Getting ready. Deep breaths. Nearly 5 minutes has elapsed. Sorry, over 5 minutes has elapsed in this run.
Yeah, he's taking his time right now, trying to make sure he gets through. He's got a good chance here.
Yeah, but all that time, it's not time resting. It's time that he's been forced to hang on one arm. Remember, that door is as open as he wants. He's now just resting, trying to get as much kind of blood flow back into those arms, feel as comfortable as he can before using this ladder. Now he's about to go. He's holding onto that wheel so it doesn't close. Starting to close now. Immediately vaults to 2nd, sticks it. One more jump. He's got to go now. He gets down.
So close.
Had
it's
it
all the
time
way
to
across. What a run right there.
had it timed to perfection, just dropping off. And after all that time, it's still 2nd place, and it's still a tremendous effort.
What a run right there. That's as close as we have seen so far here today. And I don't know if we're going to get much closer, Lucas. That was so razor thin. Just had to kind of propel himself to that last level, and then as he propelled, he just had to like go fully across.
Now Michael Sherman from Reading, Connecticut, forced to follow that up.
That is a really tough one to follow up after that. That's a really great run.
Sherman slowly working his way up the vertebrae. Gets through and down. Immediately grabbing these chain links. Immediately cross, pulls out. Mic drops. And down will now move up. And that rest bar has 10 seconds to work with now.
Yeah, now he's going to take his time and wait before he goes through to the swivel limit. And we've seen our two Israeli athletes that have been out here today have been able to conquer that swivel limit very nicely. It's been a tough part of this course overall.
Sherman transitions, one more.
Trying to make that move. You got one more transition. Gotta move that block across.
There.
Trying to hang on and move through here.
Oh,
not able to. A great run right there. Now we have our final, looks like 12 contestants here.
And heat number 2. But remember, do not go anywhere because after a intermission of some length of time, we don't know yet.
Yeah.
Based on
how long this wave is done, we'll go into wave 3.
Now we'll have Nicholas Menzorino from Summit, New Jersey. Remember, heat number 3, that's where we have our fastest that were in, well, stage 1 and stage 2. So we'll get to see those athletes. Now moving up. This vertebrae, very kind of tough. It takes quite a while to get through. Takes nearly about 15-20 seconds on average.
And just because you don't want to mess up on that first obstacle right there. All the athletes taking their time. Right here on the chain link. Great aggressiveness. Oh, a little bit too aggressive almost right there.
Able to pull it out that time. And we'll get down.
Now onto the swivel limit. All of our athletes here have gotten to the swivel limit here. And we are trying, everybody's trying to see how good their grip strength can be, Lucas.
Yeah, using every bit of that rest he's been afforded. Now we'll grab onto that swivel. Very tough. We'll try to transition. Is able to.
Not able to right there as he moves his way through the swivel limit. Great try right there.
Now Samuel McCarthy from Parkland, Florida.
Trying to make his way through right here.
Has a first-degree brown belt in karate when he got it when he was 14 and has training weapons in his room.
Oh, wow.
I think I remember saying this when I did the stage 1. And I think when I did say that, I realized that there's like a small, like, kind of portion of these athletes that have like black belts or brown belts in like martial art disciplines.
Yeah.
I think there was, one in the female division who was a national taekwondo champion.
Wow.
So here's McCarthy.
That's impressive.
Yeah, he'll have his take on stage number 3. Immediately through a vault. Now transition into these chain links. Pulls forward. Now we'll have to pull it out again and does successfully.
Great
Down
job
safely.
right there.
Mhm.
Get some chalk.
Getting ready, chalking up once more. Taking all that time. Now swing on the ring.
Yep, now he's moving his way through.
Nearly. And great work on the swivel limit. Now this final transition gets it.
Now has to move that second one across, and he's got it.
Yeah, McCarthy looks so stoic doing it. No signs of struggle.
Stoic, I like that. Very, very calm, cool, and collected here as he waits to move on.
Now on this, we'll say pseudo rest. Actually, not doing as much as we've seen from other athletes. Just immediately going on this Iron Summit. And great job thus far. We've seen a couple runs get tripped up here. Will McCarthy fall into that same issue?
Great work from him so far.
No. Ooh, interesting.
Getting caught up right here.
Now, luckily for McCarthy, he'll just go for it and slipped off.
Not able to.
I was going to say, luckily for McCarthy, it didn't fully fall off, so he wasn't only limited to one, but doesn't go back for it.
It's unfortunate right there, that last peg. Great run right there, though, from McCarthy.
I did notice that he didn't really look back.
Yeah.
Or like back towards it. I think he did think it fell off completely.
Yeah.
So, but still, great run there.
We'll see our next athlete running here.
Is Nicholas Jacob from Fonthill, Ontario, Canada.
Final 10, wave 2.
Coached by Nathaniel Hamvu, who is currently the leader. So he's seen every single obstacle on this course. He knows what to do. Now trying to pass on that same kind of wisdom that he learned to Jacob.
Oh, not able to get through. It's caught up in the chain link right there.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate. We've seen a couple kind of small issues on that chain link where you slip up. It was actually that exact same one, that second one, which we've seen skipped a good majority.
Yeah.
So now Jeremy Johnson from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada.
We'll see our Canadian up here.
I know.
Edmonton, the British Columbia area of Canada, I'm pretty sure.
I said Alberta.
Oh. Wait, I'm trying to think. Is British Columbia like?
It's more west.
Okay, it's way more west. Okay,
Way more west. That's why
I know Vancouver's in British Columbia.
Yeah, that's why a bunch of Seattle a bunch of people in Seattle are still Vancouver fans.
Yeah,
it's that close.
But they have the Kraken now too, so I mean it's.
Yeah, Kraken making a blockbuster trade.
Yeah.
They got what, Florida's 25th pick? This is not a hockey talk show.
Yeah, yesterday was a crazy day in the NHL.
Yeah,
We'll have to tell you about it later.
You're not getting into that now. As Johnson working up this vertebrae. And it gets through now into the staples. Grabbing onto that side. Immediately will now go into those links. Kind of slows down his momentum. Wants to have every piece of body control to himself. Now able to grab that kind of trapeze bar. I will pull out that mic drop. Already on that Rest bar will get his 20-second allotment of rest.
As he gets the chalk from his coach.
Now chalk up both hands, has lots of time to work with. As I said, he's now down to 5 seconds.
Yeah, he's had a lot of time now, losing a little bit of it. He's getting started here.
Now grabs on. Hasn't really transitioned fully to the swivel limit, now does.
Trying to make that first transition.
Does nicely. Already and just slips off.
Not able to get through right there.
Yeah, a minute 30 elapsed, and that will end the run. Now Loic Fortier from St. Hyacinthe, Quebec, Canada.
Oh, wow. I couldn't pronounce that yesterday.
3 years French, man.
Yeah, I'm not as well tapped in French speaking.
French Canadian. I'm not sure if there's any in this division, but we've seen a couple Frenchmen compete in various divisions.
Yeah, and a lot of the Canadians from Quebec, French Canadians, a good amount of them.
Mm-hmm. He's just making quick work of the staples. I think banged his shin on that rest bar. I'm hoping he's okay.
It looks like he is.
I've taken many shots to the shin. Not fun ever. Now already transitions to the mic drop. It looks to pull out, and now will. Much smoother transition on that rest bar.
Yeah, very smooth transition as he moves his way through. Making great time right now.
We'll get ready. He has around 7 seconds remaining on his 20 seconds allotted for rest. Now drops into the ring. You can see getting as far forward as he can on that first swivel limit. Please ignore our scoreboard. Our referee accidentally gave Fortier an extra point. He's still working on the swivel limit. Iron Summit yet to come.
Maybe it's a foreshadow as he tries to make his way through.
Nearly there, and I think it is.
It is. It was a foreshadow.
Once again. Now working on the Iron Summit, not the cliffhanger.
And moving his way through and doing a great job right here on the Iron Summit.
Doing a great job thus far,
not
and just
able to
falls
get through.
off.
Great work right there on the Iron Summit. Tremendous job from him. As now with 7 athletes to go right here, we will move our way through here.
Now John David Spatola from Hillsborough, North Carolina. I think our first North Carolina athlete,
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken.
I've seen a couple from Greensboro,
yeah.
and I've seen a couple from areas in North Carolina, but there's been a lot from Massachusetts. There's been a lot from other states and from other regions of the country and the world.
Yeah, Greensboro, all training out of the Team Level Up gym in Thomasville. Had the privilege of going there earlier in the week. Very nice facility.
Nice.
If anyone watching this is in the Greensboro area and you're starting to get a bit hooked on the Ninja Warrior craze, you can pop on over there to Team Level Up. I'm sure they'll be happy to have you, and maybe we'll see you here on a future date.
Moving through nicely right now.
Yeah, Spatola doing a great job. Barely able to hang on to that first rest bar. Takes none of it immediately on those chain links. It's been interesting to see what that strategy is. It's kind of been the only place where rest has really differed in the front half of this course. Some electing to take it immediately, some electing to not take it at all.
Doing a great job right here, moving through. Coasting to that 5th obstacle.
Much smoother transition. We'll get this 20 seconds of allotted rest. This is where most of our athletes take the full 20. So you just know how challenging this swivel limit is. Now immediately we'll grab onto that ring and start. It has proven to be our most challenging obstacle to date. Some have gone through it. No one has gone through the water wheel and garage door, but this has been the obstacle that's claimed many runs. Spatola making it look easy thus far.
He's got to make it through that second level.
Yeah.
Not able to.
Unfortunately, I glanced over, saw the look on his face. You can see the grimacing. Just barely didn't have it and falls at that juncture. Now we'll have our third Israeli athlete, Enav Kuznik from Bet Hefer, Israel.
As we will see our third, as you said, the third Israeli athlete.
See 2 on our top 4 currently. Well, the Israelis could potentially take 3 of the top 4 positions on our screen thus far. It's all in Enav, though. Immediately we'll work forward, trying to transition to the staples. We'll go now. Immediately forward. We'll take one more backswing before fully mounting. Now on these chain links. Making quick work of it thus far. Well, it will be interesting to see the rest strategy. We've seen the Israelis thus far not take much rest, take more rest on the kind of back end of the cliffhanger instead of the start of the Iron Summit. And also on the water wheel, they just immediately go for it. Because of all that rest they took early on, we saw Nathaniel, our current leader, take all of his rest. That's why he's in first on the water wheel. The other Israelis took around nearly a minute's worth of rest as Kuznik making quick work of the swivel limit.
Yeah, moving really nicely right here. Gotta get to that second level. And he's the third Israeli to move through the first 5.
Oh, take a little bit of rest. Shake out the hands. Get ready to attack this back half of the course. We'll chalk up before touching the Iron Summit. Taking a good amount of rest.
A good amount of rest here before he moves forward onto the Iron Summit.
Waiting and waiting. Yeah, nearly now 2:10 before he attacks the Iron Summit. It's just a Garamore already completed the Iron Summit at that exact juncture.
Now trying to have another athlete complete it here from Israel.
Making quick work down. I won't be surprised if he just immediately starts attacking this cliffhanger.
Oh, looks like he's going to get some chalk first, though.
Yeah, taking his time. Knows that he, technically has all the time in the world to complete this course. Just doesn't have all the time to sit on that rest bar. Goes in now, immediately makes a transition to the second, and now he's cruising through the rest of this cliffhanger. You may have seen the previous mistakes. He's gonna touch the bar now if he wants that top time, and now he has it. Brand new #1. And now Kuznik will take first position by 5.5 seconds.
Wow, and we have another athlete here onto the wagon wheel. His Israeli teammate almost made it through earlier.
That's 5, 4, 3, 2. Remember, there's a screen right in front of him, so he knows what time's ahead of him.
Yeah, so he's got to move.
And now we'll have that same kind of speed. You can see
that fatigue factor playing a big role here at the end of this course.
Yes, as that door will now slowly but surely move farther and farther. See that door now fully open. Oh, sorry, you cannot see it on our current camera angle, but the door is now open. We now get a little bit more quick movements by Kuznick. The door can only open so far. So now it's just a bit of rest time. Shake out those hands, get as much blood flow as possible. Will we see our first full clear? He's already in first. The obstacle's been very tough. This fellow Israeli is willing him on. Getting ready. Grabs that bar. The minute he takes off that water wheel, it's going to start spinning. Here it goes. Already skips this second. Immediately forward. One more backswing. He'll have it. He's got to stop that buzzer.
He's got it. What a run right there. Tremendous work.
Our first full clear. Enav Kuznick. The time of 5 minutes, 11 seconds. He'll take first position by time and now by completion.
What a run right there.
See sort of some snapshots of his run thus far. And that final transition, beautiful work. Just one more look at it. And then right as he's, well, misses the buzzer on the first time.
Missed
it
it on
back.
the first time, but he got the buzzer on the second time, so great work right there. 5 athletes to go. That's our first completion here, so it's a great run right there. And again, we got to preface this by saying nobody was able to complete fully stage 2, and that we already have a clear on stage 3 before moving on to the final wave.
Now Tom Alberti from Hamden, Connecticut. Immediately now goes through the staples as we down to our final 5 competitors.
And the Israeli athletes, Lucas, have been doing a great job on this course. All 3 have made it to stage 7 at least.
Yeah, there's a nearly lock out the top 4. There's only Nathaniel Hamvu in between them.
And Nathaniel Hamvu, the only one that has put himself in those categories with those Israeli athletes here.
Well, Tom Alberti trying to join it. We'll chalk it very quickly. We are currently quickly setting our course. And now we'll get ready. Wait, that's not.
Moving his way across.
Already working on the. Works through perfectly on the swivel limit. We're seeing that swivel limit getting solved more and more.
Yeah, it's getting solved now by our athletes as we move through and through the course.
We're on that Iron Summit. Run's taking more and more time as they get further and further. Birdie making tremendous time.
He is moving right now. Great effort as he's able to get to the 7th stage.
It's the 7th stage in sub 2 minute. And now get ready to drop into this cliffhanger. Gets forward immediately. Climbs up. Transitions blindly now, already through. He takes second position. 31.9 seconds faster than Nathaniel Hamvu.
Wow, what a run right here so far. Making great work.
He's got to go now and will.
As he tries and moves up this door right here. See on your 6th screen. Making great work right now, able to move it all the way through.
A tremendous pace. Oh, just transitioning. Door getting as open as nearly as much as it can. Has reached his limit. Now that he knows that, he'll chalk up before he goes.
Trying to be our 2nd straight completion here. Trying to get some chalk before he goes.
So we get ready to go now. Goes. Just a tad
not
bit
able
short.
to get through. Great run right there, though. Another athlete that gets to stage 8. We're seeing these later athletes in stage 2 or wave 2 making great work and great time right now.
That time good enough for 2nd position. Finding nearly 30 seconds on 3rd place now. Now Elias Poe from Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, out of the Dexterity Depot.
Elias trying to get through here once again. So we've had our last 2 athletes that have made it to stage 8.
And we are off. Coming up the vertebrae very methodically is Poe.
He's moving through nicely right now.
We've seen no real harm done on our athletes through these first 2 obstacles. Chain Link's claimed a couple.
That's claimed a couple, and we've seen a lot of our athletes, again, like we said, struggle with the limit. But the last couple of runs, our athletes have done a great job there at their grip strength.
Already transitioning nicely immediately into these mic drops. Grabs on, will now pull back and go forward. Takes one extra little backswing before. I'll sit down for his 20 seconds of rest.
Yeah, he's getting some chalk before he moves his way through. That clock and a countdown now to 9 seconds. He's got some time before he has to move.
Yeah, 5 seconds now remaining on his rest time. Grabs through, will grab that back half of the filament. That's where he has to get most of it. And you can see on that second one, the grip will now transition to the front. It does already after he moves it around. And transitions nicely, just drops down.
Not able to get through.
Yeah, swivel limit was solved for a couple. That reminds everyone here in the crowd and all our athletes that it's still very tough.
It's a tough obstacle for sure, and it's been one of the more, stingiest obstacles so far.
Now we're down to our final 3 of heat number 2. But once again, don't go anywhere. We still have one more heat of elite male action here on stage 3.
Yeah, that'll take place after probably a small break before we get things started. It's supposed to be around 10:50, 10:55. So
once again, it's the fastest athletes that we've had through stage 1 and 2. It's now Ryan Richardson from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Looks like it was a false start.
Clock's going to be reset.
Yeah, I just think it was a false start. And you get 3 of those in this division, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
We'll see what's getting solved right now. Should be no issue. Still get a go at it. We'll use this time to thank everyone who makes this possible. Our rig team, our stream team, everyone. This looks like we're going to have a quick swap of our camera 3 battery in this time.
Got a few seconds here to.
If you're wondering why we keep saying camera 3 is our wireless camera that allows you to see obstacle 3, 4, and 5. Now we're just trying to get things solved.
As we're getting set.
So we got everything resolved, and we'll really start the run. Again, Ryan Richardson from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Just waiting that countdown. Once again, back to our regular scheduled stage 3 action. Richardson will work up this vertebrae board. And if you are just joining us, if you're wondering what he's grabbing onto, he's got 2 kind of gym-like handles. You see them if you're doing like cable flies or something like that. That's what he's grabbing onto. Can't use his hands. Now having to grab onto the side of the staples. If you see these blue rest points, they are the only rest kind of areas for our athletes in between obstacles. Only get 20 seconds there. There's Richardson now working towards on that trapeze bar to this mic drop to pull these out before he can swing forward. He does very nicely. Now the swivel limit, which we've mentioned throughout this broadcast as our kind of our crux point where most of our athletes have faltered in the end.
It's been one of those difficult parts of the course that our athletes have struggled with.
You get 20 seconds of rest in between on each of these blue rest bars. You also have that blue ring, which if we get to it, we'll tell you about. As he works through this first swivel limit, able to lift it up at the last time of asking. And just slips off, and you can see how tough it is. Kind of forces our athletes to grip on using the tips of their fingers. Kind of having to claw on. It's very taxing.
Yeah, very taxing, as now we'll see our final 2 here in wave number 2.
We'll now have Caleb Coombs from Liverpool, Pennsylvania. Do you know where Liverpool, Pennsylvania is?
That's also on the east side of PA.
Okay.
I'm like 90.
Are you just saying, like, if you don't recognize it, it's just on the east side of PA?
Well, I know it's not like in the hour distance from Pittsburgh, like the surrounding area. It's
Okay.
not there. It's not north of Pittsburgh because I've been up there.
Okay.
It could be in like the mountains of Pittsburgh, or it's
Okay.
probably near Mechanicsburg area. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure.
That would make sense as he's out of the Dexterity Depot.
Okay, then yeah, it's basically by
Yes.
Mechanicsburg.
I think. I don't know. That's what the jersey looks like to me. Yep. As Coombs gets ready to attack this course. Began training around 5 years ago. And truly enjoys training. You can see all the hard work he put in. Last season, he was able to clear 1 and 2. Unluckily this year, no one was actually able to clear stage 2 at all.
Yeah.
But still had a good enough time to combat stage 3 and looks to call himself someone who's been able to clear all 3 stages at the World Championships. It's not in 1 year, but
Yeah. Trying to get through the clear right here as he's getting chalk. Once again, chalking up before he moves his way through.
And Coombs getting ready to attack this very tough swivel limit. He's seen so many of his friends fail it.
Yes, there's been a lot of back and forth action between everybody trying to figure it out.
Transitions nicely to the first one. This transition from 1 to 2 has been really tough. And
Not
just
able to
unable to
make
get
it
the
right
correct
there.
grip. Wears out as the swivel limit has started to, you could say, quote unquote, I don't want to say that.
It's pushed our athletes to
Yeah,
their limits.
There you go.
think.
I was gonna say that the swivel limit's locked back in and started to be tough again. But yeah, it's an
It's
inanimate
pushed our
object.
athletes to their limits.
There you
as,
go.
we got one more athlete to go.
Joe Morovsky from Monroe, Connecticut.
It'll be our last one before a break before wave 3. Wave 3 gonna have 15, I believe, athletes or so as we move our way through. Don't quote me on that. I don't know yet. So
Morovsky, a mainstay here in the elite males division. One of our best athletes that has graced their presence in this sport. Morovsky
doing
works
a
up
great
this.
job right here.
Works through now on these staples. You can see on our staples, I'm pretty sure they are taped up with some sort of athletic tape. Maybe that's just so much chalk buildup. I'm not entirely sure. But it does make it a bit easier. Morovsky taking all the time he is allotted on his first rest. We've seen many of our athletes just start flying through. Morovsky now pulls out. Great job. Nearly there.
Nearly hits his head.
Yeah, it takes a tough landing on that second bar. Now his foot hits it. Nearly grabs it. Now it does. Move forward. Now we'll try to transition. Very tough transition to make here. It does.
That transition.
Yeah, there's great strength on display. Now this transition from the second swivel limit's been very tough. Morovsky has it solved thus far.
He's got it right now.
Gets it.
Just has to move his way through. And not able to.
Drops down, falls victim to that swivel limit. It's still marvelous job there from Joe.
All right, we're going to take an 8-minute break
Okay.
in between waves. So back to starting at 10:50 as we take a look at the leaderboard before we head off here. We'll be right back on YouTube.
welcome back here to the now heat number 3 of stage 3 of our elite males in the World Ninja League World Championship Season 11 right here in the heart of North Carolina, Greensboro, North Carolina. If you are just joining us, my name is Lucas Harrison, joined here by my wonderful broadcast partner, Justina Ricchini, and we're right into the action as we'll have Hollis Langford from Longmont, Colorado, up next, yes.
And he'll be our first of 19 athletes here to move our way through, or technically it's 20.
Technically, yes. Immediately through Langford. Has the Union Jack on the back of his jersey.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it's Lanesford. My mistake.
It's okay. It's tough to read from here, but
Yeah. And for all those Americans watching, what's the Union Jack? It's the United Kingdom flag. I'm just saying, there's some people that just don't know that.
true.
He's making great pace thus far, just cruising now onto this swivel limit. Once again, thank you so much for joining us and waiting through us through our intermissions.
Yeah, they've been quick intermissions, but we've been able to move and keep on schedule here as we move our way through.
Gonna take the full 20 before going after it. Now working his way across, will make this first transition. Now the transition from the first to the second swivel limit, it's been really tough on our athletes.
Yeah, it's been really tough so far.
As Lansford makes that transition. And
And
will
not able to
drop
get
down.
As our camera 3 is now out.
That's our wireless camera, so we'll have to do some adjustments. We'll try to get you the best camera angles we can with what we have. Now, Gavin Obey will be our next runner out of the Ascend Obstacle Training Gym.
Bear with us as we make our way through these camera switches. Again, you're not going to be able to see up close for these, the 5 and 6 obstacles, but we'll be able to see as best as we can. Oh, now camera 3 is back up and running here for now. We'll see how long the battery life is on the camera. As we were told they weren't charged last night, so that could play a factor into how long that camera lasts, as the battery not going to...
I think it just disconnected with us. I think it wasn't the battery.
Oh, it disconnected with us? Okay. I thought it was the battery already, huh? Okay.
Nah, I think it was the battery. He would have came over here. He looked fine.
That's true, yeah. That's true.
Sorry without this context. We're just trying to,
We're giving you context of the cameras.
We're trying to figure things out. As we now have, as mentioned, Gavin Obey from Newburyport, Massachusetts. And we are off.
Off and running here. Our competitors.
Making through that vertebrae, I'll say average time has been around 10-15 seconds, sometimes taking 20. It's let's say one of those obstacles where you can't really move through it quickly. You have to take your time with it.
Yep, got to take your time.
It's one of those obstacles where, if you dislodge the one that you're trying to go ahead and you already have one dislodge, you're just going to fall down. There's nothing holding up your weight.
Yep, that's kind of how it's worked so far.
It's been those finer details. As Gavin making tremendous pace. Likes to take no rest before going in to the swivel limit.
We'll see how that's able to work for him here as he's got to move and go across.
Is that well? Gavin now on the second one, able to hold strong. We'll see our first completion of heat number 3. He's going to force the retreat. Didn't have the right launch, and that time he's able to get it. Let's see on his face, struggling. But he just drops down before the transition.
So camera 3 now after our second round. I think it was the battery. I'm pretty sure it was the battery. Gonna say pretty confident
We'll now have Nick Warren from Doylestown, Pennsylvania, our Pennsylvania geography expert. Where is that?
Doylestown is on the eastern half of the state.
Thank you for our.
Again, I'm pretty sure that it is, yeah, it's on the eastern side of the state. I'm not sure where. Can't give you a location, but I know it's around there.
Thank you for our West Pennsylvania geography expert.
I got nothing on Doylestown.
Yeah. Here's Warren's run, age 16. So you've mentioned use
Camera
that.
three's back.
That's wonderful to hear. I used that analogy earlier on in the broadcast. These athletes could fit into our young adult divisions, but it's like how, Lamine Yamal, 17, 16, but if he has the talent to compete at the top level and win the top trophies, why not? Want to challenge yourself as Nick Warren making quick work of this course thus far, already into 18th place.
Yeah, doing really well right here as he moves forward. Great time right now as he's moving through this course.
Yeah, looks to be our first.
Now just has to get through the swivel limit, be our first clear here in stage 3.
Looks to be our first athlete to solve this swivel limit.
Makes that jump across.
Great job is Warren. Now was able to make the transition.
Now just has to make that jump.
Very tough. It's that final board and just
not able to grab a hold of the ring.
down. Very unfortunate, but does get the touch point, so now we'll slot it to a top 10 position. Just unfortunate as he's not really able to continue on his run.
Yeah, not able to continue on his run. A great run right there. Just unfortunately not able to break through.
Now Gunnar McClottery from Edinburgh, Texas. Oh, you also got that too? The Insta. Notification for Instagram.
About.
The new follower.
Oh, I get Instagram notifications all the time, yeah.
Well, yeah, I didn't know. I thought. Never mind.
Okay.
Without context, you don't know what we're talking about. Now it's Gunnar McClottery. Age 15 from Edinburgh, Texas.
Just clicked in my head what you were talking about.
Yep.
It just clicked.
Now already on these chain links. Our stage 3 athletes have been really struggling with what most of our athletes in stage 1 and 2, sorry, heat 1 and 2, I keep on saying stages, in heat 1 and 2, it's been that swivel limit, taking our athletes to the limit. Now, once that rest bar is found a little less than a minute elapsed, we'll take time to rest and get ready.
Yeah, resting to get ready here for this difficult part of the course. Gonna have to make great time right here.
Working through this first one, able to find it. Now make that full transition, does. One last one ahead. Ready to get set to do it. Wow.
He tried to make the jump across. Wow, I did not expect that.
Gets the touch point, so he'll get into 13th. But a new strategy there from Gunnar McClottery. Will we see more of our athletes try to go for it?
I'm not sure. That's a really unique strategy.
It's a
right
really
there.
tough jump, but he had the distance to do it.
Yeah.
Now Zach Fishman from Franklin, Massachusetts has been doing ninja for around 8 years now, started in 2018. He's won 2 NENA championships. He has podiumed 17 times in the young adult division. I'm going to assume this bio is a bit outdated as he's currently in the elite division now. From Franklin, Massachusetts. Now Franklin, sorry, not Franklin, Frischman from Franklin, Massachusetts. Positioning. You can see that our athletes are just getting smoother and smoother as it goes on.
Yep, very smooth runs right here from our athletes. Each one getting very, very smooth as they move through this course here in wave 3.
Already through. And I'll slide it out. And gets it.
Now taking the time to break before he goes on to this tough grip challenge. Grip strength. Ultra difficult here.
I will be interested to see as that happens. I'm interested to see what Fishman does on the swivel limit. Oh, I think he knocks it ahead in time. He automatically locks it in. I think he's going to go for a jump into it. We're seeing new strategies being imposed to go further and further on, and that works to perfection. And you limits himself having to move it over if he does it ahead of time. Now will he go for this immediate jump? Be interesting to see if he does.
Yeah, that is a very risky strategy, as we saw earlier, to do that jump.
Elects not to.
We might
have to.
Oh. Yeah, I was going to say he might have had to if he wasn't able to get through.
Yeah, but another new strategy shown off by our athletes. As it was seen, he moved it ahead of time, that first swivel limit, then made the transition over, limiting kind of any energy exerted.
Now we'll see our next athlete here competing.
It's now Ryan Cooper from McKinney, Texas. So he works up the vertebrae. Doing a great job thus far. Very slow and methodical in his movements, making sure everything's right. Now he's going to pick up the pace. Takes a kind of a hard shot to the torso section. We've seen that a couple times.
Yeah, he's picking up the pace right here, though.
So now we'll try to get through these mic drops. We'll get onto that rest bar right before that swerve limit.
Up, he's gone right into it.
I said swerve, I meant swivel limit.
Going right into the swivel limit right here. Got a good chance to try and move across. He's got it locked in, now going for the second one.
Yeah, showing great pace and determination. Does he go for that immediate jump? Looks like he's going to go for it.
Wow.
Thinking
and
about
he's
it.
Able to get it. Wow.
Tremendous job. Gets it to work. No break necessary immediately.
Wow. Oh, he tries to make the other jump across. Wow. He almost got through 2 obstacles with quick jumps. How about that? What an effort.
What an effort there from Cooper.
That is a great run right there.
Now Michael Matthews from Rancho Cucamonga, California. Age 15 as he gets ready to start his run. Still, we've yet to see, with the exception of Ryan Cooper, who did that tremendous move, showing off some great skills. Really a run get started, get to the cliffhanger.
Yeah, we haven't seen that yet. Maybe we'll see one here. He was able to get to the Iron Summit, but then he tried to jump to the cliffhanger. That did not go through well.
Already on the staples. Working these chain links. Very great pace being set by Matthews. Pulls it out. Going ahead of time, grabs it. I'll propel up. We'll get some chalk real quick.
Yeah, get some chalk before he starts off on the difficult obstacle here.
Now we'll go. Using all 20 seconds he had. Gets ready to make this first. Oh, Trent. Oh, just slipping off.
Not able to get through right there.
Tried going to the second one, just unable to.
Unable to as we move our way down the board. Wow, 13 athletes to go.
Oh, Noah Muner from Fairhaven, Massachusetts. I know.
This course has been a beast right now in the swivel limit, Lucas. We haven't really seen athletes been able to conquer it as we saw in the second wave, where we saw multiple athletes get through it.
Yeah, it's been very, very, very tough.
Yeah, a lot of those athletes in wave 2. We've seen all 4 Israelis that have been able to make it through there.
And Noah will start his run. Transitions fully onto the vertebrae. Working his way through. Beautiful transition there by Noah. Immediately onto these chain links. Already through the mic drops, gonna pull it out, then swinging once more. Tremendous pace. He's already only lapsed 40 seconds on the time clock. We're going to chalk up real quick. Grabs it onto that backside. Transitions. Now, already on that second one, showing no signs of struggle is Noah.
Got to move his way through, though, right here.
Look at that transition. Now, one more swivel block remaining. Grabs ahead. Now he'll use his time to rest. 1:20 has elapsed. He's now already in 11th place. Already working on these iron summits, not taking much time to rest, just going after it.
Yeah, attacking this course head on.
He's doing a great job already.
Oh, not able to hold on to that bar as he goes through the O bar. Great run right there, though, from him.
Barely slips off now. Zach Keenan from Franklin, Massachusetts. Zach, once again, age 18 as he gets ready to start his run.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we'll sit on 2 and 5 as well. I can sit on 5, actually. 5's better to sit on here.
If you are watching, we were just talking about camera angles, trying to get you the best view possible with our technical stream staff. Once again, a huge thank you for it. It would not be possible without them. And Zach begins his run. Already onto the staples. Quickly transitioning very well onto these chain links.
Moving through the chain links nicely right now.
Now already onto these mic drops. Great. They already get down with 40 seconds. The time has really been ramping up. That early half of the course, it's just been this 5th obstacle that's ended in many runs.
Yeah, this 5th obstacle has been a beast right now. There haven't been many that have risen to that level yet.
Now Keenan Working on that grip back half. We'll now try to make this transition fully over. Locks it in. Now to the second swivel limit. This one only about a 90-degree change. Grabs that roll. And just beautiful work. Now we'll move it along. One more board. No transition needed. Just having to make it all the way to the ring. We jump forward and he gets it.
Great work right there.
Now a minute 30 has elapsed. Keenan in 12th. Get a little bit more chalk. Remember, can rest as long as he wants. He still technically is working. He'll get ready with maybe around 2 minutes to attack this Iron Summit.
Yeah, we'll see what he's able to do here.
He'll take as much time as he needs to get blood flow back in the hands. Still going. Thinking about it now. And interesting, grabs it ahead of time, tries to make the transition. Has one of the pegs in his hand already. It's starting to spin. He's going to drop it. Oh. He's only down to one peg, and I don't think he can grab onto the rest of it. So now he's going to have to make a beautiful jump. He knew he had to go for it. He almost had it.
Great jump right there. Like you said, Lucas nearly had it. Knew he had to go for the jump.
And it did the best that he could with what he had. Remember, on that Iron Summit, you have to be able to grab onto those kind of blue pegs. It's the only thing you can grab onto, because if you just grab onto the actual handle itself, what's the purpose of the blue pegs?
Yeah, you got to grab onto those blue pegs.
So with one of them lost, he just had to go straight for the jump. Now Ben Behrens from Cedar Falls, Iowa. He's been on 5 seasons of American Ninja Warrior. And now we'll get ready to attack this course, age 19. We haven't seen anyone new in the top 4 since heat number 2. Ben looking to change it. Making quick work. That chain link now already. All these mic drops with ease. Grabs on. We'll get a little bit of chalk.
Yeah, getting some chalk before he gets going here on the swivel limit.
Getting ready shortly to attack. 3 seconds remaining on the limit. They can have that 20 seconds to rest. Now onto that first swivel limit, making the transition, and does.
Able to make that transition nicely right there. Now to get through the second one, which has been tough.
Very tough. We'll lock it in after that 90-degree movement. Keeps it moving. We'll grab onto that second board, electing not to go for the jump, and just safely moves to that ring.
Great work right here as we're going to see him shake out his arms before he gets moving any further.
Shaking out the hands a little bit more. Blood flow back, trying to prevent any lactic acid buildup. Getting ready as his grip strength is really being tested. Now we'll attack this Iron Summit. Transitioning nicely using those blue pegs thus far. And a great job just working his way through. Great job.
Across.
Take his rest, has around 5 seconds left before attacking the cliffhanger. Drops in with about 2 minutes 40. What's the top 4 position? He's got to complete the cliffhanger. Nearly a minute to spare. Seems to be more than enough time for Ben. already there. Now we have to transition to that blind. Does it well. One more jump. Finds it. Immediately grabs on. He's now in third place. Immediately on the water wheel.
Through to the wagon wheel right here. Not able to come through. Great run from him right there. Round of applause from the fans here.
Yeah, a run good enough for third position. Able to complete 7 out of 8 in less than 3 minutes exactly. Now, Lucas Schoenemann. From Franklin, Massachusetts. Yeah, no. We'll get ready to lock into the vertebrae. And we are off. Down to our final 10 competitors in heat number 3. In the final 10 of the elite male division in its entirety through stage 3.
Great start here. Yep, as you said, 10 more athletes to go here in wave 3 of this elite male division.
He's doing a great job. Already transitioning through the mic drops now. Will take his 20 seconds of rest before he attacks his swivel limit. Swivel limit that's claimed so many. Now we'll drop in minute exactly as he starts the swivel limit. First part locked in. Now we'll transition. Does nicely. Second transition struggling, gets it under that bar. Will now barely needs to lock it in and does.
Able to get it locked in.
Yeah,
Oh,
but he's
now
just
it
he's struggling with the leverage. His leverage is pulling it up. Yeah, I just couldn't get it to lock in. Was thinking about making that leap, just couldn't. It ends the run for Lucas.
Great run right there from Lucas. Able to move through nicely.
Now Zeke Huber from Edwardsville, Illinois. And we are off. Higley works his way up. On this vertebrae, 15 seconds, the usual median amount of time it takes to get through. And now we'll transition to these staples. Now through immediately on these chain links. There's no time to rest. Rest is hard to come by in this back half. Pulls that first mic drop down, will swing forward. Remember, on these mic drops, if you are just joining it, pull them down, then being able to swing them, unlocks them. On unlocking and unlocking components. On stage 3. Takes that little extra bit of strength to do so. Now 5 seconds.
Able to get across.
Grabs that back half. Puts it down, will lock in. Now. Still doing great work. Will he go for that immediate jump, or will he elect to do the more traditional route, but it just slips off? I think his lead hand, the hand that was left most on our screen, just slips off as immediately as he grabs onto that kind of rock climbing grip on the end that allows that transition to happen and just slung him off.
Yeah, it was a great run right there, though. As we move forward.
Just those finer margins.
Finer
There you go.
margins. Words are hard.
Guys,
As we move our way
always
through.
remember, words are hard.
Words are hard, guys. We talk a lot, so sometimes words are hard.
Trust me, I think I've calculated I've talked for like 50 hours over the last few days.
Accurate.
Yeah.
There should be an app where we can track that.
I don't want to.
Okay, well, there's a sleep app, and there's like should be that.
I didn't
talking
get my
app.
sleep score yesterday. Anyways, now Enzo De Ferrari Wilson. I'm sure my Italian broadcast partner can appreciate that name.
It's a great name.
Great name. Not a pasta name, though. Those who know. Now, immediately transitioning into these staples, tune into, nope. Now we'll go into these. Beautiful transition. Gets down. Now we'll go from one to the next on these chain links. We haven't seen a real shot at the water wheel thus far. You saw Ben Barron to get there, but he slipped off immediately on the wheel. We didn't really get a chance to start working through it. Now with 50 seconds. Make it a minute. The break times runs out, but still drops in at the perfect moment for him not to get timed out for waiting too long. Now Enzo doing what he needs to do to get through the swivel limit that's ended so many runs throughout every single heat. It's that pivot at the back now really awry. He's going to have to reset, then go. He's completely the wrong direction. I don't think he can go 360 all the way around. Nope, there's a black bar. He's got to build a ton of momentum to swing forward. He grabs the ring and just slips off.
Nearly grabs it as that ring now gets stuck.
We'll reset our obstacle course. Just some issues, kind of those transitional moments makes it so tough. Now Ryan Wilmoth.
Yep, Ryan Wilmoth, our next competitor here. Final, it looks like 7 athletes here in this wave before we have our break before our next section.
From Street, Maryland.
Next section here at Stage 3 tall will be the teen female, Tier 1 and 2 for Stage 3.
And he is off. Now working up this vertebrae. 15 seconds has been that median time. Transitioning very cleanly through the staples. Kind of grabbed on, smacked his
legs there.
Yeah, we've seen that a couple times. Hasn't really affected any of our runners thus far. Trying to transition, pulls it out. These mic drops has been very efficient for all of our runners. Will with no exception out of the Ninja Logic Gym. We'll chalk up before attacking this swivel limit, or sorry, I keep on saying swivel limit.
Yeah, you said it right.
I keep on saying swerve limit on accident. Now attacks it. Minute 10 elapsed through this run. Our fully transition does. Go all the way. Ooh, just slips off by the fingertips. Still does a gainer for the fun of it.
Yeah, great run right there.
Now Tiago Lima from Davie, Florida. Getting ready here. Tiago will now start his run. Working up this vertebrae. We're still awaiting one of these athletes to get a real shot at that water wheel. Gets down with 2 feet. Great transition already. Working from one to the other. Thiago just doing great body control, great body movements throughout that chain link. You can tell he's just fully in control of everything he does. Just phenomenal transitions there. Will now have to will himself forward to sit down to chalk up. We've seen that happen with a couple of our athletes where they kind of take that little bit of extra time.
Yeah, taking that extra time to get set before they go through, using that chalk to their advantage.
Thiago making great pace. Now we'll attack this swivel limit. Very tough obstacle. We haven't seen it solved in a while. We have seen different takes by our athletes here in heat number 3. What's Thiago's take on this tough obstacle, and just barely slips off by the fingertips? Once again, I feel like I haven't been saying enough. All of these athletes that are in heat number 3 are here for a reason, and that's because they did all of the work that is necessary to be in heat number 3. They are the fastest to get through stage 1 and 2, and that's why they are saved for, we'll say, best for last.
Yeah, exactly. And there's been a lot of great athletes here that have competed in this wave, and they're continuing to move through as we're down to a final 5 here in the elite males.
Now Cody Benaway from Danbury, Connecticut. He'll start his take. Was 6th place last year in the finals, in season 10. So now transitions. Beautiful work through the staple. Already on this chain link. Now grabbing on to that mic drop. Gets through. Grabs it ahead of time. Will now chalk up right before. As tremendous pace, only 40 seconds. He's slot himself into 24th. We've seen so many runners. We'll drop in now, getting ready.
Making great time right here. Moving his way through.
Already. Is he muscling up? I think he knew his grip was slipping. He was trying to get a little bit of extra, but just falls off, and it's just still showing how tough that swivel limit is. It's just so hard for these athletes. We'll now have Tyler Smith from Edwardsville, Illinois.
We got 4 more athletes here to go before we have another break, before we get into the teen female wave 1 and 2 of the stage 3 final round. We'll have a champion crown there as well. Once again, Jackson Erdos, who's going to be running here in a few athletes, already the world champion here from this division.
Yes, and I'm pretty sure this run order was decided on the results of stage 1.
Yeah, I believe so, yes.
You watch stage 2, no one successfully qualified after a retroactive review. Now Smith immediately grabbing on. Now we'll go into these chain links. 1 to 2, 2 to 3. Very smooth transitions. You can see the tremendous body control, just skipping that back half. Already on that mic drop. Finding time where needed.
Almost hits his head there.
I've seen that a couple times.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping that doesn't happen at all.
Yeah, because a couple of these athletes are high flying right now.
Yeah. Just to find margins. We'll take all the break and now grabs onto that ring. 55 seconds have elapsed in this run. Full minute as he locks in that first part of the swivel limit. This transition's been very tough for our athlete. Smith looking good thus far.
Yeah, looking great.
Finds that fulcrum and does it perfectly. 1:15, and he's about to be done with the swivel limit.
You could tell from the beginning that he was in a great pace right now, moving through nicely and executing to a T his run right now.
Now just waiting. Once again, our only qualifier who's finished is Finav Kuznik, who did at the back half of heat number 2. He's in a club of his own as Smith working through this Iron Summit. Remember, you have to use these 2 blue pegs to go from one to the next. If you lose one of these pegs, it really forces you to having to leap forward. Now, grabbing onto that bar, we'll start it. 2 minutes have elapsed. Tyler Smith now in 9th place.
And moving through nicely right now.
We'll chalk up. Patel showing no signs of real struggle.
Yeah, not a lot of struggle right here.
Now is gone. Immediately, already on that 3rd cliffhanger. Patel just in full control of all of his movements.
Yep, in full control right
And
now.
already there. Beautiful work there from Smith. Now he'll get down 2 minutes 36 seconds. We'll slot him into 3rd. And we'll see our first real take on the water wheel. Ben Barron's able to get here. Slipped on the wheel on the first time of asking. Now he drops in. Now, if you are just joining us, wow, just cruising through this wheel. The door already opened enough. Now the door does have a limit to how high it can go. You can't just take it all the way out of the ceiling.
Yep, can't take it all the way out as it's all the way up right now.
Let's still get a little bit more. Remember, this is a pulley system using this wheel. And now I think nearly there, maybe one more turn. Yep, it's maxed out. So this is the farthest it will go. So now he's going to have to grab on. He's going to have to do a pole jump. A ladder jump. Now he's going to get ready to go for it. Here he goes. Immediately links forward. One more jump. The door is closing on him. Can he go for it? Yes, he can!
Now all the way across to the buzzer.
A new first place in town, Tyler Smith. Finds nearly a minute. Actually, finds more than a minute. I think about a minute and a half. A time of 3 minutes, 43 seconds. And takes a commanding first place and really sets the pace for our final 3 runners.
Wow, what a run right there. Incredible pace on the course, just flying through. Now with 3 athletes to go.
Josiah Papel from Morristown, New Jersey. He just had to witness that run, and now we'll have to follow it up. He knows he can do it. Here he goes. There's not really much time you can find on this vertebrae, and Josiah was able to find it, did it in 10 seconds, but it's really one of those finer margin things. It's the smallest mistakes that can end it. Josiah immediately already transitioning well.
He's moving through very fast right now.
30 seconds already on these mic drops. Will instantly try to link forward, and does. One more jump and he completes it. Now on this very tough swivel limit. We've seen many phenomenal athletes end their runs here. Just saw Tyler Smith complete it and then complete the course. He would love to join him as one of the few finishers. We've seen already 2 more finishers here on stage 3 than we did on stage 2. Now we'll go. A full minute has elapsed in his run, and he's already dislodging the first swivel limit, locks it in. Now we'll have to move it across. Where he locks it to make sure it's fully level. Already there. The real test of grip strength shown here. He finds that fulcrum on that back half and locks it in. Minute 25 remain. Sorry, minute 25 has elapsed. Now, grabbing on, and this beautiful transition.
What a great transition right there.
A minute 35, and he'll maybe take a little bit of a break. Remember, is working on this ring, so he can stay here as long as he wants. Ignore the timer. He can take as much time as he wants to rest up.
He looks ready to go.
Doesn't even need it. Still stays in that 20-second time limit. Now working from one peg to the next on this iron summit. Remember, you cannot grab on any sort of the black bars. That blue pegger is only a safety. Just great transition. One more swing. Touches it, so he gets that touch point. We'll start his rest. We'll have around 17, 15 seconds. He'll chalk up real quickly. Already in 11th position.
Yep. Trying to move quicker here to get through, but he's in a good spot.
Now we'll get ready. He's going to grab onto that first part of the cliffhanger. Oh, it just slings down. I don't think he had the correct grip. He knew it. But still a tremendous run. Good enough for 11th. I think
Great run right there.
You can just tell that when he dropped in, just didn't really have the correct grip. Couldn't get the sling off. He'll end his run there. Now back to our final two. It's now Charlie Ball, White House Station, New Jersey. Coach Joe Capo running double duty here. Ready now, down to our final two elite males in stage 3. A captive audience here. Everyone's eyes glued to this stage.
Everybody looking at these last two runners here before we move forward.
Ready to go. Here we are. Ball only age 15. 10 seconds has already elapsed. He's already through the vertebrae. Slings forward to the staples. Ball staying with the status quo that's been set by the athletes before him. Now just working. No wasted movements. Everything flowing nicely. You can tell Ball just in his element on this course thus far. Now 45 seconds is what will be elapsed before he chalks up and attacks this back half of this course, the swivel limit. We've seen, and many of his friends, many of his fellow athletes has run. He knows how tough this obstacle really is. 4, 3, 2. He's got to go now and drops in. A minute for Ball.
Right there.
He'll make this first transition on it. Locks it in. Now keeping going from one to the next. Minute 15. Has all the time in the world, but a fast time could put him in ahead of number 1, Tyler Smith, who we just seen that set that new record run and just
able to get through right
slips
there.
off. We've seen that kind of Fulcrum transition. It ended a run earlier on. If you're not strong with that lead hand, it can really just kind of give out on you. You just slide down. There's no really recovering from it.
Yep, and now we have Jackson Erdos. Jackson Erdos, our last competitor here in the elite male division, who is the champion, world champion, as already decided before we started here.
Yes, Jackson Erdos, after no one completed stage number 2. He was the fastest to complete stage number 1 by a wide margin. He'll begin. Tons of fans in the crowds wearing his merchandise. He wants to perform for them. Remember, Strongest Ninja still at hand, so placement does matter here in stage 3. Now, Jackson. Already slinging forward. Will get down now. 20 seconds. This is the runner that everyone's been waiting for. Huge presence camera going out, knowing this is a very important moment. So important that we got our wireless camera working back up.
Got him right here with the wireless camera.
Gets down, you can tell just by the facial reaction, so locked in. Every movement so intentional by Jackson. Waving off, kind of getting more blood flow in. Going to take that full rest. Now drops in. He's seen the swivel element and some of his friends' runs. Now he knows how tough it is. Immediately locking in. Just tremendous work. Every movement just, you saw what just happened to Charlie Ball. Doesn't want to make the same mistake and doesn't. Nearly will now grabs onto that ring successfully. Beautiful work. A minute 15. Jackson making tremendous time. We're waving out those hands, trying to get blood flow back. Doesn't take a long rest. Now going from one to the next. Just beautiful movement, everything intentional. You can just see, it's like watching an artist paint a masterpiece.
Yeah, great job right here. Moving on to stage 7.
A minute 45. We'll chalk up once more. Waving out the hands. He has 20 seconds to work with here. This is really his last true resting point on this obstacle. Slides in. Just saw his friends Joseph Papel's run end right there, and he won't be for it. Already. This cliffhanger looking like light work, and he just flies through it. Jackson, third position with 25 seconds ahead at this juncture than our current leader. Jackson looking to top the leaderboards on 2 of the 3 stages presented to him. A little bit more here. Drops into this water wheel. And now we'll have to raise that garage door, which is the only thing separating him between him and that buzzer. He does have to leap forward. Just tremendous strength. You can tell, putting everything into it. No more chalk, just shakes him off. Door as open as it can get. Jackson, huge jump. One more. He's got it! Slaps that buzzer. He knows it's light work. Claps it up. It's first position by nearly 50 seconds for Jackson Arados. Our brand new world champion. And it's just phenomenal.
Yeah, and again, he's validating that success through the first 2 stages, Lucas. Remember when we said earlier that, he already had, from the first 2 stages, the fastest times with nobody completing stage 2, but just validating that with that performance right there at the end, just to get that world champion status right there for Jackson Erdos.
You can just see the work, the body of work that he did throughout this course. Chalks up right before attacking that water wheel. Getting ready to drop in. You can tell just right there, just shakes him off. Transitions. Beautiful leap forward. We'll see it one more time. And then just instantly through, just linking it one to the next. And you can tell right when he slapped that buzzer, he knew it was just so easy for him. Didn't really show any signs of struggle.
Yeah, no signs of struggle right there.
And that will conclude our Stage 3 festivities. Look at our Stage 3 podium. It's Jackson Arados topping the charts with a sub 3-minute time, 2:52.03. Nearly finding a 50-second gap to second place Tyler Smith, who still had a tremendous run right here in this heat.
Yeah.
And then Evnav Kuznik, who had our first full clear in heat number 2, rounds out the podium in 3rd.
Yep, it was a great run right there as that is the end of our competition here as we go to the teen female section next, Lucas.
Look at our World Championship leaderboard. See Jackson Arados topping the charts, and he will, Stage 3. He was already the world champion, but that's that little bit extra sweeter. We'll wrap things up here from Lucas Harrison and Justina Ricchini and the broadcast booth. We must bid you all goodbye. So much more ninja action to work with, so we'll see you next time.